This is better
Welcome, everybody. We're just starting Season 1, Episode 1 of Dice and Discourse, starting our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, a.k.a. Next. I am the Dungeon Master, James Connor, and we'll just go around the room real fast, introduce everybody, starting with Tim to my right.
Tim Prime.
Tim Prime.
Randall.
Just Randall.
Yep, just Randall.
Just Randall.
Just Randall.
That's your name. Just Randall.
It's fine. I'm cool.
You know what? I think we'll say it with more, just Randall.
That makes it seem like a dark undertone if you say, it's just Randall.
No, yeah. No, we need to say it with a dark undertone.
because it's
Just
an evil campaign.
Randall. Yep. Shh. Morally gray. All right.
It's like Shadow the Hedgehog. Morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
Less floaty shoes.
You should explain what morally ambiguous means. I saw your, for the other guy. You know what I'm talking about. There were words that were too big. Yeah. There were some large
Tim
words.
the Lesser.
Oh, was he really confused?
I don't know.
Was I confusing him?
There were some words. He was like, "You're gonna have to dumb this down. That's
For my
too big a
friend here.
word." Yeah. For my friend here. For my friend here. Yes.
You don't know. He's role playing.
Oh yeah. Kind of like somebody else's jokes with their last character. So yes. Role play. Yes. All right, Daniel.
I'm his brother, Just Daniel. We were named the same.
Yeah. The Clan Just.
Clan Just.
Clan Just.
Clan Just here.
Just.
Just along for the ride.
Just alone.
Wasn't last night Daniel, and Tim?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
great.
Dan, Tim.
It was great.
Worst GPS ever.
And the good thing was that they were sitting like,
Yes.
loved it.
It was great. And finally, and finally, Courtney.
Courtney.
So much
Musical Courtney.
So much to let you introduce yourself.
Huh?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't even have a chance to introduce ourselves.
no.
Sorry. I just got
Alright,
excited.
Tim, what's your name?
Yes, actually, let's do a quick character names real fast. Starting with Tim, the Toolman Tim.
Patience.
What?
Patience.
Patience. Oh, that's right.
Virtue name for my tiefling.
Are you a nun?
I feel like you should be a Dragonborn. Like, that's kind of like a Dragonborn name, I feel like, right?
Yeah. Tieflings have various virtues to exceed their infernal heritage. Something they, want to get away from the darkness. Doesn't always turn out that way.
Okay. Well, so Patience. And then we have...
Ceric. It's C-E-R-R.
Of course.
A-K.
C-E-A-R?
C-E-R-R.
C-E-R-R, sorry.
A-K.
A-K. I'm just going to write it how I want to write it.
Fine.
A-K-A.
Just, phonetically.
Technically, we
right out.
You realize we didn't used to have an S. No, we didn't used to have a C. Yeah.
Just.
It was the runes didn't have a C letter because it was pointless.
It is a curve.
You're pointless. All right.
Alright.
Daniel? Or
Talir.
just Daniel?
Absolutely not.
Talir.
MVT
Talir.
nuts.
Can you spell it?
T-A-L-I-R.
A-L-I-R. Oh, I recognize that now.
Oh, I guess very
And Courtney.
Genevieve or Vivi the Destroyer. Once I become evil.
Once you become evil?
Once I become evil. It's part of my backstory.
This is a plan of corruption.
I know. I'm
Oh,
excited.
that's fun.
Because I actually talked to James, and I'm going to start as a bard and then take on, was it warrior or fighter? Fighter.
Bard 2.
Really? Really?
That's right. The unexcited bard and clearly the super excited bard.
The excited half-elf bard who's
I'm only excited when there's blood.
So do you do are you like the emo, do you constantly doing that kind of
The
music?
rest of the party happens to be tone deaf.
We'll carry your tune.
It'll be an interesting mix.
Alright. That took a moment. It's almost as bad as Dan's story about his superhero refrigerator. I'll let him tell you the story. I'll have him tell the story next time we stream.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Now, 5-minute break of inanity.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Superhero refrigerator.
Yep.
Sounds good. I like it. Alrighty, so we have Patience, Ceric, Talir, and Genevieve. Alrighty, so I'm going to launch into a scene, so no interruptions for a moment, please. So, you guys found yourselves day 100 on the boat. And just like the other 99 days, it's been one in darkness and misery. To your left and to your right are your fellow friends in misery and darkness, and your ankles and your wrists are bound. Yay! Kind of like in a chain. You're making like a human chain with one another.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
sir.
Not
I spy
quite.
of my little eye something black.
Feel like this could go wrong. Go ahead.
All right. So, day 1, 2, any troublemakers got to learn, got to meet with a fun little character that everybody has grown to love. It's an orc will come down with food because slaves are useless if they all starve to death, unless you're, going to a certain place and whatever. But where you're going, yes, the dead are in fact dead and useless, so they have to keep you alive. They come down periodically and feed you, and anybody who gives them any lip gets to meet the Enforcer. The Enforcer is about 6 inches tall, has wings, and has a little whip. And he goes by Little Whipper. And you wouldn't believe it,
Fucking.
but Little Whipper doesn't look all that scary, really. So at first, some people thought, I'll show that little flipper. Yeah, I'll show that. I ain't taking orders. We're taking the ship. Or whatever slaves came up with. Little Whipper would then go, my favorite part of the trip. Then he would turn invisible and suddenly welts and cuts at just Mach speed, blinding speed, would just appear, and he would just be like, ah! And then he would fall over, and he'd reappear as if magic, and would go, death by 1,000 cuts, my favorite! There's now one less slave, and the body's still there, and it serves as a reminder to you would-be lippers. So don't mess with little Whipper. So after about 100 days, an orc comes down, and he is a behemoth of an orc. Now, this isn't the orc that's come down and fed you guys. That looked like a normal orc, still very physical and, grunty and tusky, and what you've been eating is not exactly pleasant, but it does keep you alive. This one is significantly different. He comes down, and in one hand, he's just kind of got a giant axe, and he's just like daintily tossing it around because he's just that kind of BA. And in the other hand, he's got a giant spear, and he seems quite dexterous with these two weapons. He seems quite comfortable with them. He comes down the stairs. All right, listen here, you slaves. You now belong to me, Warlord Ulak. Now listen here. I got a little test for you. See what you're made of. You're going to get out on this here island, and well, we're going to come back in 3 days, and those of you still alive, you're going to move on to phase 2. Those of you that die, well, fuck you. So then he trumps back up, and a couple orcs runs down. On your feet, slaves! Doling out hits and welts as they seem fit, and you all arise as one mangled mass of slaves and start trumping up to the top of the boat. As you step up, light, like searing bright light, is coming from the sky in the form of sunlight. And it is blinding for the first couple of minutes, and you are completely disorientated. You're just being hustled is all you really know, and you're doing this, oh my god! And suddenly you find yourselves arrayed into groups of 12. And you find your bindings are snipped in appropriate places, or how they see fit, so that way you are now not still attached to the other 88 guys, well, 87. So you are then hoisted into boats, and you are then traveled to an island that, from your side, seems like, winds out, goes in, winds out, goes around. And the island appears to be about 1.5 miles long. As you're being rowed out to this island, you look around and you see other islands in the distance. It seems like you're just in a very islandy area. As you approach, you see the sands of this beach is very, very white. The water is, for the most part, fairly clear. Behind you is a large 2-deck vessel that you just came from. And it's mostly orcs and 1 pixie. And really, the pixie is staying on the boat, and that's really the thing that you really remember is, thank God I'm getting away from that pixie. Because you're kind of frightened of that pixie. Like, he seemed really into death by 1,000 cuts, and that seemed like a horrendous death. So you're just very grateful that you weren't that 1%. So now you arrive on the boat, or not on the boat, I'm sorry, on the island. You are in rags. So those of you who took the time to write, this is my gear that I got from the player's handbook, guess what? You can erase all that crap. You have nothing except for rags and,
shiny shackles.
Nice cuts into your skin. Once you're on the island, and there's a fair enough amount of orcs there that you think that, if we tried to just overtake them, they would just soundly crush us. So they then, one by one, remove the manacles from you, which is both painful and a blessing. Like, thank God the manacles are off, but at the same time, you have, your skin is just really mangled from having manacles on you for 100 days. So the manacles they are removed, they throw them back in the boat. The orcs, see you later, bitches. Get in their boats and start rowing off. As you start to become accustomed to what's going on, you realize that there's 99 slaves on the beach kind of looking at each other dumbfounded. And you see about 500 yards still on the beach, it's a fairly large beach, inland, is a mound of what looks to be supplies, and then there's a thin, sparse, I don't want to say thin, sparse, it's a sparsely populated grove of trees. It's thick enough that you can't see the other side of the island, but it seems very spacious, like the trees aren't all clustered together like a very thick jungle or anything like that. But you do see very thick foliage over to your right. So there seems to be a very dense area of foliage over there. You see a couple of slaves look around, see what appears to be the supplies, and they kind of glance at you guys, and they, like when I say you guys, I mean they look furtively to the left and to the right, and they start moving very briskly to the pile of supplies.
So, Hunger Games. We need to go grab supplies or run away. One of the two, right?
First, we need to take a moment to put up the difficulty screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
The difficulty
Do we have
screen?
everything?
We're having some lag issues, I believe.
Tremendous lag.
Oh.
I was going through.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's the okay.
That's
So,
the important part, but
yeah,
still the...
yes, because right now there's nothing. I mean, yes, we'd like to see everybody, but okay.
Although
So
I'm sure you would love to go Little Whipper again, but
Now we're good.
yeah, just I would actually.
Does Little Whipper have a cousin? Maybe two?
I just want you to know that I believe it's probably a racial trait.
Like, yeah.
The way they are, kind of like
And-
it, like yeah.
and Flap.
Flip,
Very
flap.
creative on their name.
with
You are very
flat
great.
snap.
His brother Flap.
I'm sorry, I do enjoy pixies, and whenever I can get them in, I will. So
Fair enough.
they're just fun. Okay, so you have arrived on the beach, and yes, there are a couple of slaves. The more forward-thinking of them have looked furtively to the left and to the right, and has started, shall we say, hustling to the mound of supplies.
Can we make a quick assessment of them?
Yeah, I'd like to assess if they're going to try to murder me if I also try to get supplies.
Sure. So those of you who
I'm sure they're going to try. I just want to know how many of them could succeed.
Okay, so be more descriptive as to what it is you are looking for.
I'm
How many
looking
of
for
them look
those
healthy?
Those of them who look healthy and combat effective. Somebody who like
So beefy guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
not just beefy but athletic. Somebody who
Okay.
can outrun me and
Right.
stab me in the back if they you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So perception or
Let's just go with a wisdom check, Courtney. I think you said you were trying to do the same thing, so
Yeah.
you roll a wisdom check as well.
Okay.
Um,
15 plus I haven't put in my things yet.
14.
okay. Daniel, do you mind helping her real fast?
Okay.
She just needs her character scores real fast.
Because you said we were doing set numbers, right?
Yes, the 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. I can't remember if it was 9 or 8.
12, 8.
Okay, so she rolled a 15 naturally. What did you roll?
Okay.
14
Yeah, I'll just,
with-
14
I just need
with.
to know what
Okay,
the
so.
numbers were. I know how to
yes.
assign them, but-
So you both passed your wisdom check, so you don't have to keep secrets from each other. You both, I would say, honestly, about a third of the slaves look physically fit. A third of them seem like average Joes, and a third of them seem like they're not going to make it past day one. You guys, depending on how your constitution scores are, so you're looking around, what's your constitution?
My con is 12, so plus 1.
12. Randall, your con is
14.
14. Daniel, your con
Half
is
elf.
13.
13. And Courtney, are you still working on your con?
By the way, if you guys play D&D,
I'm
half elves are the
gonna
way to go.
put
I'm letting you know right now.
13.
13. Okay. So everybody has. You said it. What was your 14? Or you said
13.
13. Okay. So everybody's like 12 or higher, right? Okay. So everybody, you see, human dwarf.
Tiefling.
Tiefling, right? You see a
Human dwarf.
Tiefling. I couldn't remember. I was
Human
just.
dwarf.
I was like, I was going through them. So you look over and you see a tiefling who seems pretty robust, pretty healthy. You know you're fairly healthy looking. Daniel, what race are you?
Wood elf.
Wood elf, that's right. There's a very athletic looking wood elf. And Courtney, what is your race?
I am a half elf.
Half elf, okay. And a also very athletic looking half elf. And they seem, you notice like you, I'm sorry, let's use names. Sarek and Genevieve, you guys actually make eye contact with one another. And you can both tell, like, each other is kind of like you're looking each other over real fast to be like, are you, so do you guys interact with or do you just break eye contact and, I don't want her to notice or I don't want him to notice?
I get an immediate nosebleed. Just kidding.
Is she naked? I'm just, is this Japanese suddenly?
You're on rags.
I'm sure we've all been in some form of nakedness in the last 100 days.
In fact, at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm numb to nudeness.
Yeah,
Completely.
that's probably.
You
gross
say that like
shit.
you slept with a big black man.
I'm sure I did.
Right next
That was
to
the joke that he was going to make. he was waiting for me to say, we're not going to go there. So
What do you do?
I'm gonna.
Team up? Team up?
Is that a yeah? Well, yeah.
Just so we don't die? Okay, go.
Everybody else.
Is anyone hearing us or noticing?
Already making
Oh, people there's some people just standing there dumbstruck. There's some people that are like, you can see people are talking like, well, what do we do now? And you see probably the more forward-thinking people are rushing to the supplies.
Okay.
The
We
words,
rushed. I rushed.
this we'll come back in a couple of days and, a good chunk of you are going to be dead is ringing in their ears. So they're like, I need to go and see what those supplies are.
At the very least, a knife.
I'd like to. Can I tell what the supplies are from here? Or.
Make a perception check, sure.
I'm looking at the
You have to think
supplies,
what
too.
bards are. We don't prepare spells.
sorry, what?
I'm looking at the supplies too.
Okay.
I could have just done like charm person. You're on my team, evil man, evil looking man.
Very evil.
What classes or races? Because I
Half
know
elf,
tiefling.
16 fling,
16,
human,
Wood
elf.
Okay.
21.
21, okay. You see that there are, it seems like there are some crates of, you hope, food stuff. And then but you can see also a lot of weapons kind of packed on there. Almost like, you know how you would build a bonfire? A really big like log bonfire.
Just
That's
like
kind of how it's
Yeah.
leaning right up against it.
No explosives.
So 3 days,
That I
87 people,
Now there's 99. It was just that your 12 was, it was your 12 plus
99
3, so.
people, 3 days, box of food.
Talking
I'm gonna start running.
Yeah.
Alright. So running.
Running.
Okay, so let's do a...
Initiative.
To grab stuff.
Make
Where
a
did I
grapple
put my
check on the
dice?
box.
This is the shortest campaign
Toss me a
ever.
d20.
That's the here.
As everything explodes.
What am I saying? No, don't give them yours.
Well, these are... okay, so we are going to say there are...
I'll take it.
There are 3 groups of... right there. Okay, so there are 3 groups of slaves. You guys are your own group. So you guys roll for it in these 3 groups. Purple is the most awesome. And the dice is off the table.
Oh.
7. Second is 8. Third is 12. So we'll just say the better group is a 12. And the other 2 groups. So the more athletic guys, they know what's up. And so they start racing towards it.
I need the box back.
The
You need more dice out of there?
yeah, let me just grab. I'm sorry.
You're good.
So the more athletic guys start racing off towards it. The 8 signifies that the more middle group is trying to hash things out, and the 7 represents the more weak guys, just kind of standing there, dumbstruck, like, I don't know what's going on. Please, someone's gonna have to save me.
I'll come back and save you later.
Yeah. Which is
Wait right there. I'll get help.
I don't know who you're talking to. I run faster than you do.
Anything that are in the
We got
beach
human
between
35.
the supplies and us,
Oh,
like branches
Widow.
or such.
5 foot.
I'm sorry, is there anything between? It's all on the beach. Now past the supplies is the strand of sparse trees, and then to your right,
I was just thinking more like wood or rocks or anything.
No, not really. It's one of those white sand beaches. There's
Oh yeah, I put it on there to look.
Oh,
I haven't done anything
so
with it.
confused.
do a perception check to see for as you're running.
Did you want us to roll for running?
No.
Oh.
Make a initiative check, I guess, to see how fast you react to the situation.
I rolled earlier when you were rolling.
Oh, okay. What'd you roll?
A 20.
20. Nice. So like you start seeing people run, and you just reacted. And with your superior eyesight, as you're just blitzing towards this, you're seeing, you're making out how the weapons are. There's a weapon specifically you're looking for. It's mostly spears, tridents, cutlasses. There's a couple of bows, and then there's crates of foods. You hope food stuff.
Okay. Crates of bombs.
What'd you roll?
15.
15. 15. You see. I assume you're thinking like club weapon. To arm yourself early on.
Yeah.
So
Some blunt force trauma.
we'll say that there's a piece of driftwood nearby that you can grab on, and we'll say it's like a club, so I think that's like D6 bludgeoning. So you grab a club. It doesn't really take you too far off course. Luckily it was nearby, and you start racing towards the cornucopia. So initiatives, he rolled a 20. Go ahead and roll your initiatives.
15.
15.
13.
Tim's dice struck again.
13.
13. All right. So 13, 20,
15.
15, 13. So Courtney, you were a little bit slower just because you were trying to make alliances a little bit as you start, running towards the cornucopia. Randall was basically saying sure as he was running by. Tim, you said you also had a 13? You were, yeah.
Yeah.
You were just delayed a little bit by picking up the piece of driftwood. But, so order is, you arrive probably about 5 seconds before everybody else. So you have a quick, you can either grab and go, or you can grab and start fighting. What is your, or you can grab and try to talk. Whatever you think you would do in that situation.
I'd like to grab a spear and either vault over or run around the supplies to get on the other side of them.
Okay.
I'll try to look within the boxes, but I'd like the boxes between me and the great unwashed mass.
Okay. So I think you would have to stop, pick up the spear. So I think you would lose the momentum to try to do a vault. So I think it would just probably be easier for you to just grab and just run around using. And while you're running around, you're looking it over. Especially considering your skill set from Callumshire, I think that you would be very well versed in this situation. Like you would just be like, okay, this is that looks like the most, the best food crate or the best, supply cache that So while he's running, like so, everybody you see a a wood elf. Grab a spear just a few seconds before you reach the cornucopia, and suddenly he runs as fast as he can around to the other side. The pile of crates being just a little bit high, or just tall enough by probably about a foot to completely conceal him. You guys, Randall, you arrive, you're probably got a 2-second lead ahead of these two, and you guys have about a second lead of the, you're just ahead of, the more runny of the regular Joes. The guys, not you guys. There's about 30 people behind you. These guys are forming alliances, so they're still on the beach. So there's still a lot of people that haven't quite grasped the get to the cornucopia and grab stuff, concept. So Randall, you arrive on scene, and like I said, you've got about 2 seconds, enough time to grab a weapon and turn around and act, either talk or fight, or to blitz off. What do you want to do?
So are the more athletic guys already here, or have we beat them here?
You are the second to arrive. Like I said, you saw a wood elf grab a spear and run around to the other side. You've just arrived, and like I said, I mean you've got enough time to grab something and act, or what do you want to do? What would you do in this situation? I would say they're probably about 20 feet behind you, and they are running at a pretty fast pace.
I would cast sleep.
Alright, so you're going to turn around and just immediately cast sleep on the nearest Joes?
Yep.
Okay. So turn around and cast sleep.
Are half elves in sleep?
Yes, we are.
Oh, good.
Yep. It's probably why we made eye contact. We were like, I recognize you. You weren't exactly elf or
You didn't dare look at me as a full pureblood.
It's because you're.
My character was raised by the elves.
Because you purebloods are annoying.
You guys just don't know me yet.
I really know I wasn't raised by them.
Give me a second. I don't have my cards.
Cards are actually underneath all the minis.
Shit.
James.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
Which one do you need?
You need
Arcane?
Bard.
Bard. There's the Bard.
Dice, don't fuck me now. Hopefully we've been beaten enough to where they're not fully healed.
Do you need someone to blow on them or something? Like Vegas?
Not terrible. 16, 17, 20, 23 hit points. Right?
23?
Yeah.
So that's the nearest 4 guys topple over. They're just.
Did the other guys trip? Did the other guys trip?
They slowed down a little bit as they're like, whoa, what's going on there? Because it was definitely unnatural. You've given time enough for. Well, you made peace with her.
She's immune to sleep.
She's immune to sleep anyway.
Yep.
Tim, you're a tiefling.
Yep.
You were right there ahead of them all. So I guess you get blasted with the sleep first. So what's your hit points?
11.
11. So 11 minus, you said 23? Okay, so you fall asleep. You just topple over. So 12. So he falls over and 2 other slaves fall over. So that leaves probably about a wave of like 28 guys. Yeah, just about. 30, 20 guys.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and like I said, there's a little bit of like, whoa, something unnatural has just occurred. So there's a little bit of a pause. Courtney, you notice like a couple of guys around you just kind of just. Actually, probably you wouldn't even notice because you're ahead. You're running next to him. You're running next to him, and you're like, gotta get there. I don't know who this guy is. All of a sudden, you just see him going. Like he was already snoring before he hit the ground. So you're like, ooh.
I probably saw him turn around and be like,
Hubba bubba. He probably was just like, dear sand. Whatever you use. You use a cricket or sand.
Like cricket.
Cricket. So he's just like, cricket.
No, we're on the beach. I'd probably
just use the sand. Yeah. So sand. And some people fell over. You have no idea. You're just like, your silly sorceress ways have no effect here, fool. I don't know. That goes to you. So what? You arrive. He just casted. You assume a sleep spell on the people nearest around you. You have just arrived at the cornucopia. What would you like to accomplish?
I would like a dagger or some sort of sharp thing.
There are cutlasses.
Grab 2. I will just grab whatever.
Okay, so you come up and you grab 2 cutlasses, and what do?
Is there anything else? Is there like food?
Yes, there are crates of food, but crates of food are fairly heavy. So if you want to do that, you're going to have to do something. Like you're not going to be able to grab and sprint off. They're just a little too heavy. You could probably reach in and grab like an apple or 2 and take off, but that would last you about, at best, a day. It would stave off hunger about a day.
We're probably super exhausted from our being shut in a dark thing, aren't we? We're probably just like, let's survive.
Well, I mean,
grab things and run.
You've had the most. You've had nutrition. I mean, you're not. Like I said, these guys, you lose value if you weren't in peak at your peak.
Okay.
But
So did we get to know each other on the ship?
You got to know. Mostly it was like keep quiet. Don't talk. And if you broke the rules, Little Whipper would
kill you. Apparently.
Tear you a new asshole. So you really just spent most of the voyage quiet and in silent prayer, more than likely.
Okay.
But you probably whispered a little bit to the people next to you. I mean,
yeah.
100 days at sea is a long time to spend.
Right.
Unless you're already
quiet.
insane.
But not yet.
So
I grabbed
sleep
2
on me was on
cutlasses,
purpose.
and I don't know if I can grab anything else. So in my moment of I'm off the ship and I feel better because I can breathe, I am going to use my dexterity to climb on top of this giant food crate because it's taller than he is.
yes.
So I'm gonna just climb up there and turn around and face the oncoming mob.
Like,
Like I have 2 swords.
Okay, so are you up there? I have 2 swords, or are you like, ha? Do you strike a pose, like a menacing pose?
I am all like,
intimidating.
why should we kill each other when we could kill them? Or use this wood to make a boat, because there are crates of wood.
All right, so you're gonna use
Let's team up,
diplomacy.
everyone. I am using my 16 charisma and my bardic skill.
All right, we'll make a diplomacy check.
Okay. I got a 12 plus. Would that be charisma?
Should have.
Yes, it should be charisma.
Plus 5? Oh, well then, 17.
Alrighty, so you strike a very, aggressive, heroic pose. 1 cutlass out, 1 raised, and you're like, stop! This is my food crate! And we're gonna dole it out politely and with happiness and sunshine. And everybody's like, oh, sunshine, happiness, I like that. You say we should work together to overcome these pirate bastards, and
Haven't seen any.
people are kind of slow and like, okay, well, that doesn't look like enough food for 100 slaves to last us, 3-4 days.
We'll make it work.
Look at the island. We can fish. We can provide for ourselves. They took us from our homes.
I like her. She's a distraction.
We can make a new
Start stabbing
home.
people soon.
You want to stab?
Some of the either you were woken by nice slaves or you were stepped on and you woke up. But either way, everybody is awoken from your spell.
Cool.
Either by being stepped on or woken from
My giant
other
snake.
slaves. Or,
Or that.
We'll make a new home with blackjack and fishing.
And hookers. No, I'm not Bender. Sorry.
You could be.
Bender. I barely knew her.
Alrighty, so
Lens.
You're not the DM.
a lot of people are like, well, look, yeah, we work together, but
Oh God.
we're gonna need some of those weapons. I don't like just some people being armed and other people not.
I'm not armed.
Yeah. We saw your hubbada
Where?
sorceress.
What are you talking about?
We saw those 3 people fall over.
They could have fell over from exhaustion. We've been on a boat for 99 days.
I think you're full of shizzle. Roll.
This is firewood.
19 plus 5, so 24.
Well, he's got a point there, Jim Bob. Shut up. I hate it when people call me out.
We are all exhausted. Because of them, we should not kill each other.
Let's all just take a rest and chill.
Just relax for a good 8-hour sleep.
They
Slavery.
want us to kill each other.
It's slavery
Why
and chill. Here.
It's chill.
Why should we listen to them? Then we are their slaves.
Exactly. Rise up!
I didn't do enough time with Little Whip. I see that. I should have spent more time beating you guys into the ground. I should have made an example of one of you players.
Every day, someone gets.
We have 100 days of pent up ideas.
Sexual or
How about this?
frustration.
Before I suggest this.
What do you think? Do you think that this is too much?
I'm assuming as I'm listening, I've got my back against the crates. Listen to this.
Organized.
What the hell? And we could.
Well, I mean, you could think that. You could just start, grabbing shit while she's making a great style. Let me grab.
No.
Are you talking to him or me? Yeah?
What if we stage a tournament and the winning, we pit them against each other and we rig it to where we're the last ones? We can't feed them all.
They're fish.
Okay, do you know how to fish? Exactly.
Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
So, what does everyone think of if not just brutally murdering each other in our sleep, we make this into a tournament, and then you can prepare to kill each other? Everyone in the crowd before me, as I hold my 2 swords? Anyone?
A lot of people are like,
We'll make it fair and organized.
We are more civilized than these barbaric people who kidnapped us.
A couple of people look and they see you guys. I mean, you guys are fairly beefy looking, honestly. So they're like, all right. We're pretty beefy. You're pretty beefy. Here's what we... I look back at the people still milling on the beach. Here's what we do. We take the weapons, and us, 30, 35 of us go down there and kill those guys.
The ones who are still deciding?
Yeah.
Deal.
And then, that leaves, 30 of us, because those guys, they ain't gonna make it. We'll work together and we'll be alright. It's us 30,
Versus those 60 who are unprepared?
Well, they don't have any weapons, and we do. We'll pretty much murder them in no time.
Let's unite and do that. Because not all of us deserve to die.
Wait a minute. We can do that later. Fuck it.
All right, so
I'm okay with this.
there's about 20 weapons, and so you guys you should grab weapon. Like if you don't have a weapon, grab a weapon.
I have 2. I throw one at my partner.
All right, so you two are armed. You have a spear.
Can I grab a sword instead of the club? I'd say, hey guys, here's a club, and then grab a sword.
That's probably a smart way to arm yourself with a steel weapon, other than a piece of driftwood.
Yeah.
I think that would work. Somebody would, because your natural instinct is just catch something. So you're like, hey, here's a club. Ha ha, good. I grabbed the last one. So I like it. It's nefarious. I enjoy it. So we'll go with it.
And people will catch things if you throw it at their faces.
So he's got the club, and he's definitely like, you suckered me, but it'll be all right. He's just one of those,
One of the bigger guys, like, club, yeah, I can work with this.
She took a blunt end at your face.
Especially since you're a tiefling and you're a little scary, so,
Okay, so let's turn around and charge these guys.
All right, so you've got about 10 dudes that don't have any weapons. Unfortunately, there just isn't any. And they're like, well, we're going to, that club, we'll find some wood or something and, get some clubs that way. So that leaves you guys about, you four, and then about 16 other armed guys. So I guess it would be 15 guys. They're actually foraging for clubs. You can give them a moment to get clubs, or some of the guys from the other groups are starting to mill towards you guys in their what's going on sort of way.
Buddy.
Yeah. Doing the whole hey guys, so what's in the crates,
What's in the box?
See that you guys have armed yourselves, There's plenty of food there to get us through, 3-4 days here, guys. Just careful rationing,
I'm sure there's food for her, and him, and me, him, and that guy, and Jim Bob, who questioned my authority earlier, and that guy over there.
I feel like Jim Bob's not gonna make it.
And you know what? We counted, and there was no food for you, man.
Is the ship still in sight?
It is making. Yes, you can see it sails off in the distance. It's too far away now for
I'm
you
sure
to
they've dropped
think about
anchor, just
swim.
chilling.
They're just gonna watch us.
Slave flicks and
No, they have other things to do. They'll come back in a couple of days. They were like, yeah, see ya. They have no interest in watching a bunch of puny humans,
Kill each other.
survive on an island. They're like, whatever. We got better
They're
things
like
to do.
there for the first.
We might be able to
rush,
go out there.
and
They're probably going back to their little island homes to fuck their wives and play with their kids for a little bit. And then they'll come back and be like, oh, okay, get back on the boat. Now we got other things for you.
Should we make them swim into the sea until they die of exhaustion? No, that's a little hardcore. Let's just kill them.
that would involve.
We wouldn't want to be
Okay, all right. So we, the Council of Food, as I'm liking to calling it, want you guys
Cough.
to prove yourselves in hand-to-hand combat with each other. You don't have to kill each other. Just knock each other unconscious.
Those
What is that going to prove? What is that going to solve? That seems like a terrible idea.
Because those of you that can do it will become hunters in our new society. I'm sure there's some game out here somewhere. Fish.
Do you know how to fish?
I'm sure my friend here does.
I bet
He
there's
talked
a
about
fishing
all
pole
these
in
amazing
the
things
crate.
on the boat the entire time.
You guys were talking on the boat, man. I was terrified, little pixie. That's crazy.
Dude was in my ear the entire time. Hey, I see something green.
I think that one's a little off his rocker.
I'm sure there are fishing rods in the
color of
crates.
voices.
They want us to
I can
survive
see
so they can
voices.
sell us. But we
You're
shouldn't
nearly
let that
as good as
happen.
his beard.
We shouldn't allow ourselves to
We
survive.
shouldn't allow them to sell
I
us.
see
Sell
voices.
us.
Yeah.
We should find the strongest and then defy them when they come back for us.
So
So I think a tournament's a great idea, so we know
Did-
who to send in the front lines
did
when the
you-
orcs return.
Operation Blackie, really? Whew. Alrighty.
It's Operation Get Behind Darky, actually.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's real different.
I'm from Culling.
Right.
Technically, I'm the darky.
You'll lead the first charge.
So what do you say,
I
guys?
use my monkey speed
What do
to
you
run
say?
up.
I think how you guys clearly are the warriors group.
Look
I
at
think
me.
what
Do I
we'll
look
do
like
is we'll go and we'll do the we'll forage for some food, and I mean we'll work together, guys. Let's come together like what she was saying. We kind of overheard a little bit. Let's get together and just
I
work
look
it
around at
out.
the group of all big bloodthirsty murderers again.
Are the ones that forage for clubs back yet? As we were bullshitting with them.
And sleep.
Let the slaughter commence.
I tried, guys. I really did. You played my hand. I'm all out of wild
You're a
cards.
cannibal, aren't you?
No, that's the other one.
Oh, that's the other one. I was about to say, well, you've got plenty of food.
Yeah, they didn't give us
Yeah.
meat, did they?
You played my entire hand. I'm all out of wild cards. Sleep.
You hear other
Alright.
spell.
Yeah.
All right, so
Are they-
cast sleep.
How many of the weaklings?
I'm making sure not to hit any of my friends.
Right.
Comrades.
I wouldn't call them that either. They're more
The people we don't want to
Convenient.
kill us.
The other people under your commissarial rule.
15, 16, 24.
24. All right. So,
We could outnumber the orcs if we keep them alive.
And as I cast the spell, I go, "Shut up, Jim Bob. You don't know what you're talking about."
so 6
Shut up,
guys. Six of the weaker casts fall over, just whoo, and the rest are like, "Whoa! I think they mean to attack us." As everybody goes, "Ah!"
laugh and laugh.
So,
but
It's turning out much better than I
Maybe you
anticipated.
should keep Bob, because he can be your agent of Hydra Bob for your
Jim
craziness.
So I would say you guys kill 20 of the 60, weaker guys
So
in
while
a
they're
flash.
doing
They're
that-
just flat dead.
I'm gonna try to open one of the boxes and see what's in it.
Alrighty, so there are indeed food stuff. It's bananas, and there's apples,
That one's a spider.
and there's, food.
Spider name.
So
Banana.
lots and lots of food. But as you go through it, yes, there's probably about a day's worth of food total in there.
What's the
And,
state of my rags?
Remember when you started playing,
Because audience, Jim Bob didn't know his place.
or Jim, I knew Jim Bob wasn't going to make it. Is he already dead? Did
No.
you shank him?
No, they realized, why is Jim Bob getting so roasted?
What race is Jim Bob?
Jim Bob would be human.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
If he was
With a name like Jim
anything-
Bob, it's got to be human.
If he's anything smaller than a human, he might be getting roasted for real.
Halflings taste mighty fine.
If my
That
barbarian
could go
were
2
here.
ways.
If only my barbarian. I knew I fucked up. Should have brought that barbarian.
As he would- he wants to kill
you're
everybody.
the state of your rags are to say shoddy. They cover the
I couldn't hide
unmentionables.
anything in them.
You could probably it's you could probably put you've got like a rope, so you can probably tighten the rope down and then shove through the armpit, the arm
I
holes
put a banana.
into your so you'll just look like a fat elf, but you can store food that way.
Are
I'll
there
grab a couple apples and then start eating an apple.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna eat apples
people
while
watching
the
water?
slaughter occurs on the beach. Okay,
So, is there clothing or armor in this pile, or did they not want to give us any of that?
yeah,
What do I see?
They decided
Your
not
bard,
to.
crazy bard.
They want to give you the means to kill one another or defend yourself against the ravenous beasts of this island called X. But no, strangely enough, no armor. It's all wooden crates and food stuff, and
You know me too well.
weapons.
Okay. So 20 people are dead.
Yeah, you've killed about 20. Honestly, you've killed about half of them. You probably wiped about 30 of them in your, attack, and
Are the others holding their own, or are they just farther back and we haven't gotten to them
you
yet?
just there's only so much slaying you can do in a matter of moments.
Okay.
You can only swing your sword so many times. So,
Okay.
but you're butchering them at a rapid pace.
So much fun.
Really, there's a couple of guys that would probably be able to put up a fight and have some kind of idea as to how to defend themselves. But
Sure.
the fact that there's 20 of you guys just laying into them with
Yeah.
armed weapons and all they have is like some of them would probably grab some dirt and fling it at people's eyes,
I feel
but
like the flaming.
they would probably blind one dude and you'd be like, ah shit, while his friend just turned around and was like, don't worry, I got him, George. And so, I mean, you know, they've been wrecking these guys. And Jim, Bob, and George are probably the most effective of your 20-man group.
Are they both human?
I like them
Yeah,
already.
they're probably brothers, honestly. They were probably,
Jim, Bob, and
you know,
George.
enslaved at the same
Already.
time. And they're just, you know, chewing through those guys just a little bit faster than the rest. But really, I mean, you know, there's no point in doing rolling or anything, as really you would just slaughter through them.
Okay.
So you guys relatively murder those guys in short order.
Okay, so all 60 are gonna be dead?
Yeah, all you guys just, I mean, once you start a swinging, you just don't stop until you go, oh, I'm just swinging at air. So there's a pile of blood, well, not really blood, but bodies, and there's tons of blood on this beach. So you turn the water red for probably like an hour, I guess. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, you know, as you just dumped, you know, just tons of blood into the ocean.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, you know, after a little bit, while you guys kind of sit on the beach going, that was good times, you see little shark fins in the water, you know,
Tide comes in, body go out.
well, if you want to chuck the bodies in and just, you know, help keep the beach clean, or, you know, if you just want to,
Maybe
you know, I mean, it's really up to you what you want to do with the bodies. The other guys are like, let's go back and start divvying up the food stuff, and you know, let's see what's on this island. The rest are like, okay, cool. We've really dramatically lowered the sentient population on this island. So the food is, you know, hey, not as big an issue. So they want to go back, see how much food they have, see how much foraging they need to do, like what the rationing is. Now that it seems like, okay, we could probably ration our way through
How
this.
many of our guys seem wounded?
Really, none of them. I mean, honestly, like I said, I mean, a couple of guys probably got a couple of good punches in, you know, so there's probably a couple of guys, but for the most part, I mean, it was just slaughter. I would say that maybe a few of the normal guys that, you know, ended up actually being a little bit more athletic than they seemed may have escaped. So you probably have like 5 or 6 dudes like blitz down the beach trying to hide, but, you know, you're not too concerned about it right now.
Is the majority of the slave group remaining human, or because we're all non-human? So I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, humans do dominate. So honestly, 60% should be human. Okay. George and Jim Bob are human. You would assume any of the halflings, gnomes that were a part of your group are now lying dead in the
shark water.
Well, you know. Yeah, it's racist, but, you know, physically, they're not.
There might be one halfling hiding in a tree somewhere in the woods who ran away.
Yeah, he might have, like, been a little bit more, you know, clever. Maybe there's one with the 6 that took off. But his short little stubby legs would make running very challenging. There's not much to hide on a sunny beach, so.
I made it a double.
You know, the guys with the bows probably just, you know, oh, look at those! It's like shooting children! Blah, love it! So. You know, don't need to do this back home. You know, so they probably just have
all
some time. Why not?
Gone.
Yeah.
All the pent up damn little kids that running around on my property. This is what I would have liked to do.
Exactly. So you know, yeah. So I would say that, you know, and half elves are extremely rare. They're like 1%. So
we're probably the only 2 half elves, and then a wood elf and a tiefling.
You guys represent the rarer races, well, especially the tiefling and the half elves.
Clan.
The wood elves are nomadic and typically, you know, off in wood somewhere. So, you know, you guys probably represent most of the non. You know, I would say there's, you know,
maybe a dwarf or something.
Yeah, maybe a dwarf or 2. I would imagine a dwarf would definitely be there. Like, you know, he's right there with, you know, he's probably patting, you know, George and Jim Bob on the rears because he can't reach their backs. You guys fought good. Good game. It's not gay as long as you say good game. And George and Jim Bob are like, yeah, I know, we love sports. Yeah, let's do this. So they just love it. They're loving getting their asses slapped. Yeah. And
that's not how that works.
Like, they're definitely pulling out a spiked football, going, oh, you know the rules, awesome. And the guy's like, yeah, my flat rings, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Spiked football made of the last halfling's head.
He's got a mohawk going, yeah. While those guys play Blood Bowl, and probably one of them gets killed, honestly.
Sweet! One less person we have to kill.
All right, so
Is there any rope in the supplies?
no, there's it's you have some metal banding around the crates, and it's like kind of like an old grayed out wood, and like I said, inside is food stuff, and then and the guys, they came back and they're like, well, they brought back a couple of bushels of bananas. They're like, hey, there are some, there's some food that we can forage.
Although there's now 20 piles of rags which could be tied together.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah. We could make a boat
Time to make a hat.
if we got all our dead people naked before we fed them to the sharks.
Well, I kind of wanted to tie a whole bunch of cloth together, get a line, put an armor leg or something on the end, and fish for sharks. And as they bite it and bring it onto shore as a wave comes in.
I'm getting the
Yeah,
impression
shark.
none of the four of us know how to fish.
I have very high survival.
very high survival, sweet.
Not very high wisdom. I'm gonna fish for sharks.
I
Well,
have
they
very high
die
wisdom.
without
I'm good.
water.
Well, yes,
They
if
can't
you can
breathe.
get,
Sharks
if you've
can't
got
really do
20
much in their
physical
beach.
guys, and you know that shallow water sharks aren't, they're not like the great
They're not
whites.
big, and
So-
they can't really do much when they're on shore except go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and start building a fire.
Yeah. All right.
Fire.
So, Courtney,
Make
do you
apple pies
have
with our apples?
any survival skills? Do you have the survival skills?
Haven't written any of them down.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
you should
I know.
should make
As a
those
bard, you
decisions
probably
quickly.
won't have proficiency at one.
Yeah.
Actually, bards get skills on whatever they want.
Did
I
it?
do get to choose
There.
2 and whatever.
3.
Okay.
3 and whatever, yeah.
All right. So while Courtney decides if because the reason why I ask is if you've ever built a fire without, just using wood and doing that. I watched that Naked and Afraid thing, and I watched a lady just can more or less destroy her hands and never create fire. It's very challenging to make fire. So I'm not saying that people can't do it. I'm just saying that without some pretty decent survival skills,
Rub 2 swords
you're
together.
going to be like, I'm not entirely sure how to make fire now that I think about it. So you could always pray that lightning strikes and
Steel sword, find a flint rock,
maintain fire that way, or,
or any rock. There's not no need specifically flint to get a spark.
So, assessing the food situation.
You're down 3 apples.
Cool. By looking at it, can I tell that what we have will feed who we have?
Oh yeah, if you ration it out, like honestly, if you eat maybe 3/4 of what you normally eat, you can make it
Alright.
the 3 days
That's fair. All right.
fairly easily
We
enough.
got this.
So I mean, it's enough where you would feel hungry, but it's enough food that you would, like you won't starve to death. Especially if you limit your activities, especially during the heat of the day. Probably the thing that is most concerning is a steady supply of fresh water. That's probably the next thing you need.
So we
to,
should boil water with the campfire I'm making.
Did you make your
By holding
survival
salt
one of your
water in our
skills?
hands over.
I got an 18.
Okay. Did you make survival one of your skills?
No.
Or I'm not sure if is survival a skill or is it one of the?
It's a skill.
It's
Yeah,
as well.
let's
Okay.
go. So do I have to have it, or can I just add my wisdom modifier?
I would say for this instance, like enough about survival that you could aid somebody
Okay.
in making fire, but somebody who has it trained needs to do it. Like I
Call one
said,
of them over, or just
actually
zoom
making
off.
fire is actually challenging. Like if you have no clue, like James, go outside and make fire. James would go out there and be like,
I don't know.
She probably has
Jim
like
Bob, George,
Yeah.
someone who knows
sticks.
how to make fire, come help
you know,
me.
yeah, I would try to do what I know, and I would sit there, and it would take, like 2
Well,
hours of
then you
me.
know how to
Finally,
make
I would just go, my
fire.
hands
I know how to
are
make
killing
fire.
me.
You know?
So-
No?
It's like stop that.
Someone come help me make fire out of the 20 who survived, or whatever.
We'll just call it the 20.
The 20.
We can feed.
You've got about 30, 30 people total.
Right.
30 and then you 4, so you've got about 34 total
Okay.
surviving.
15 with a shit roll.
Okay.
I
Well,
assume someone comes over to me and
yeah,
helps me make
you're
fire.
over there and you're like, I kind of remember,
Didn't
a story
sticks.
about, and you started singing a song about how rubbing sticks together,
Swords of fire.
and and he's like, yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay.
Because apparently he's the survivalist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you now have fire going.
Useful.
Okay, so let's just make some more fire pits and then just spread the fire with branches, and then we'll just
Burn
dilute some
the
water. Unless
little forest
has
you had
anyone
down.
found Has anyone found
Let's spread the fire, guys.
a fresh spring of water, or should I just boil salt water? Is there a pot or something I can use?
I
Do
could
we
go
need to
track
do this?
into
Can I
the
just use
inland,
magic
see
to
if there's
purify
any
water?
springs or.
Let's take some of these guys
Can
with
someone
us.
do
Yes.
that?
Well, like I said, I mean,
One at a time.
this
One at a
island's not very big, so you could explore the
Jim
island
Bob,
and answer those
Take
questions.
old-
Okay,
There
I
we go.
explore the island.
Go fishing.
So
Hope he didn't come back.
you can go explore
Weird. Fell in a hole.
left.
Really
See if you find any, anything in the sparse tree forest. You can explore to the right, where it's definitely thicker, or you can explore straight ahead. But you get the impression that there's only a little bit of it.
Or no, thick foliage, because more trees means water, probably.
Alright. So she's gonna explore. You see.
I'm looking for water, guys. Fresh water.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
God, you're terrible.
God, I'm terrible. Genevieve head off to the right, saying, I'm going to explore that denser chunk of forest there.
Sure. Let's go with her.
Yeah.
Somebody should watch the food.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still sitting on top of the food crates eating an apple.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be alone.
We don't trust
I
this
know.
Especially
area.
since he's just sitting there eating apples. Hey, the apples are really good, guys.
I haven't seen a reason to do anything yet.
You should probably.
I just ran around the boxes and people started killing each other, so I decided to have an apple.
Or 3 or 4.
It was a lot of fun. All right.
I just
didn't-
let them.
I didn't even do
attack
anything, it was
me.
great.
I only killed
You
them
cast
with
sleep
insects.
twice. That's doing something. You single-handedly effectively killed 4 people.
No. I indirectly killed 4 people.
Oh, I'm
They-
sorry, 6 people.
They just went to sleep. And then they were immediately killed.
Well, they were probably killed after their friends were killed, and then these guys are sleeping. Yeah, they were weak anyway. So,
Love it.
Oh my god. So,
Daniel-
is anyone accompanying me?
My goal is never to get my hands directly dirty.
good luck with that. So we've got Genevieve,
What's that?
Sarek, and Patience. You 3 are going to go in there? Go with her?
I'll start organizing the remaining dumb mooks to start,
Shelter.
I'll make them take apart the crates and make a crude shelter.
Isn't that a racial
That the crates that
Yeah, I think
and
so.
start organizing
Or-
the food.
God.
But I won't let any of them eat it.
What happened racial slurs on live stream?
Mooks?
Yeah.
That's just a term for minion.
Okie dokie. So
Maybe
he's
we can
going
use another word that sounds
to make the slaves, do as they are, meant to, which is serve their betters, and start working on crude shelter and food organization.
I will inspire them.
So we got a new little whipper of the group, and we've got
Is that you?
3 people headed into it. Okay, so as you guys
I don't think
are headed into the denser part, let us roll a random encounter just in case for
Single
giggles.
heroes have one entire game called them.
A random encounter does not occur.
Okay.
You guys get in there and you see the forest suddenly becomes extremely lush. Like everything becomes greener and the colors seem to be so much more vibrant. And you smell, these wonderful fragrances, like a very heavy, like if you stepped into a rose garden and it was just, really thick roses and just full on, happy springtime. The sunlight, it's bright, but it's not like it, painfully bright like it is the rest of the island. Like everything just feels soft and wonderful. And ahead of you is this pristine oasis, more or less, just this pond of, gorgeous looking water. And you just feel very tranquil here.
Don't
Should
shit in
I
it. No.
trust this? Is this
Well,
real?
Is this the real life?
Is this
Or
just
is this-
fantasy?
Damn, you beat me.
it seems too good to be true. take a look around.
It's my escape from reality.
Yeah, should I use detect magic? Is this an
Uh,
illusion?
it's up to you. You know,
It's
if you
actually
wanna,
not bear trap.
if you wanna cast detect magic, you
Only
can.
11 just for perception.
I'm just
Alrighty.
gonna use perception first.
Sure.
12 plus. 12 is out.
Perception is wisdom.
Yeah, so 11. I have -1 for wisdom.
Okay. So you look around, and other than it being very verdant, you have no idea as to.
Cool, I need a drink, so I walk up and I.
Can we detect poison? Does anyone know how to
It
detect
seems
poison?
extremely fresh.
Yeah.
It seems
We're just like
very
yeah. No.
very
I got
delicious.
nothing.
You know what sounds amazing? Bathing. We should get everyone to bathe because we smell awful.
Let's
I
not
should
pollute-
I should be the first and I should leave because I'm the only woman that I know of so far.
Let's not pollute
That's
the
not
water.
the only drinking source we have.
Oh, okay. Let's drink and then maybe bathe in the ocean.
That also is not that great.
Might want to wait a
Sharks.
couple hours.
And also salt water.
Away from
salt
the
water.
bloody water.
Have you ever like tried like?
Tried to bathe in it? No, it makes you sticky. It's gross.
Salt water, yeah. Not
Yeah.
that great.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna get a bucket eventually.
Good luck. Maybe one of the crates is, you know,
I had a bucket
Yeah.
the last game.
waterproof enough.
A bucket and a mule.
We can let her hope though.
Yes, I will hope.
So you slurp down some delicious water,
Yeah.
and then
I'm gonna watch it.
is
and
anybody
see if
else?
anything
Oh,
happens.
okay. So you stand back. You're just like, well, I don't know. I'll see if if he
I'm
falls over dead in
superstitious.
an hour, then I'll know. The rest of you guys say, well, he's drinking the water. You know, are you going to drink the water? Or you, I
Okay.
should be looking at you because
Drink it.
Daniel's looking back. Okay. So you guys are drinking. Courtney, you're standing back. So,
Is anything
Courtney,
happening?
Courtney, you're standing back, and you see they're slurping, and the water's rippling a little bit, and suddenly the water. Well, I shouldn't say suddenly. Kind of slowly, kind of like a humanoid form, kind of comes out of it and
Is it made
stands
of water?
above it. Hmm?
Is the humanoid form of water?
Yes. You guys notice kind of like, you're just like, oh, thank God, this water's great. And so you're kind of like, okay, we've drunk our fill, and you kind of look up and you see a male-ish, water,
Ever seen a bitch?
like if you were standing, like if you were completely made of water, standing there above, this little oasis, that's what this would look like. Just a person made
Hey,
completely of water standing above
You're
it.
drinking a creature.
I see the Futurama. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Are you agents of Umberlee?
Who?
Yes.
Okay, derp check.
Yeah.
Umberlee. Does anybody know who Umberlee is? Okay. AKA, I'm gonna give you a hint. The bitch queen. You guys don't know Faerun at all. It's the goddess of the sea. She's the goddess of the deeps. The bitch queen. She's a chaotic, evil, I believe, goddess who, because oceans are capricious, and so is she. So she, people seem to think that she just delights in sending sailors to their doom. But yeah, she's the goddess of the sea.
Yeah, sure.
So here's this, he's like, are you agents of Umberlee?
Look at the tiefling. If somebody asks you if you're a god,
God's friend.
you say yes. So yeah.
Unless they don't like that.
Then we run like little bitches.
All right,
You have
so
it inside of you.
your response is, because these two are like, yes?
Why?
Your response is why,
Why?
and Daniel's not there. Okay, so
Hope I get my own scene.
you guys are like, do you say yes or you just let him answer?
Yes.
I let him answer.
And take a step back. Still like we're playing that barbarian anyway, guys.
Alrighty, so
Because I'm not
you
quite
step
sure
back. You don't say
answer.
anything. You're just kind of like, whoa.
Because freshwater to the sea goddess.
Just imagine what you could have cupped your hands in as you dipped in the water.
I'm pretty sure I just ate this guy's penis.
I just penis
Not
off,
even
yo.
trying to be subtle about it.
Nope.
Unless that's how you know it's a male figure.
Well, oh, how do we
You
know?
just scoop it up and it just forms.
No, Brett, no.
Bicycles don't work that way.
Oh my god.
All right. So you say yes, and
And
he
I
steps
have
back
why.
just as it just kind of lunges at you with two walls of water from this oasis. It just draws it up. And your AC is currently, what's your dexterity?
13.
So you jump back just in time for it to splash together, and agents of Umberlee are not welcome here! And as you say that, like the water just kind of, shoots up.
Chill, bro.
Fuck the
We
sea.
are actually.
Chill. Fuck her. I don't even like her. She's a stupid bitch. She owes me.
She owes me. Make a bluff check.
Oh.
Love to.
Can I assist? No.
If you want to.
Please
go for
do.
it.
I can make the.
We are not agents of Umberlee. We were
He's
brought
very
here against our
dehydrated
will.
and-
Very
Little
dehydrated.
little
He
crazy.
was speaking out of. He just had no idea what's going on.
I only got.
But if you don't
9.
believe that, we're still not with them.
Yeah. No, we were brought here against our will.
We were raped into the
But
situation.
22.
22. Okay.
My
Let's
assist
assume
is
it
only 9.
buys your
Okay.
Well, no,
bullshit.
it's a sister or
Oh.
Yes.
I think-
I mean, no.
I don't.
However, I know tons of agents of Umberlee on the beach.
Oh, good times. Okay. So obviously he's. Then why did you say that you were agents of Umberlee? Blah 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 blah.
Because I'm desperate. And I'm in rags on an island.
I just assume that's how your people dress. Blah 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 blah.
We were captured by agents of Umberlee.
And
They
some
are
of- and there-
returning for us in a few days' time.
And there are some on the beach.
There may be.
But not the wood elf. Not the wood elf. He's okay.
Well,
Jim Bob's okay.
I hate Umberlee. Blah 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 blah.
I can
Because my master hates Umberlee. Blah blah blah
Who's
blah
your
blah.
master?
My master is
Drawing a blank.
how.
Got some more
Are
blood.
you? It's like, yeah, sure. He gives you leave to drink his penis. Shaft shoots out, squirting water out all over.
Love it.
Good
And
time.
here's
For
change
mature
for our
audiences,
taxi.
you signed an agreement when you said click yes.
Very
Alrighty,
well,
so,
I'm not drinking water. Enjoy.
I don't want to bathe in it either anymore.
And
I
here's
would still
change
bathe
for a
in it. I wouldn't
taxi.
drink it.
Genevieve is obviously kind of a little turned on about it. I would still bathe in it. Hey, good looking.
I hear it's really good for the skin.
See, because bards won't anything.
Am I
3 minutes.
seducing
Hey.
this water creature?
Hey.
Is
Are you
that
trying?
happening?
It sounds like you're trying.
Hey, 3 minutes.
I don't think this water creature
Okay.
is going to be seduced by half
So
elf.
I'm looking for people strong enough to do as my master bids. Prove yourself. I am aware of the trials that are taking place. Prove yourself worthy, and maybe we will speak again. And by the way, that was my penis you were drinking. Blah 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 blah. And he
He disappears
turns
before
back
we can say
into
anything?
the, back into the pool of pristine,
Water.
minus some penis water.
No, penis water.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Now let's go ahead and do a break, guys. We'll be back in, 10, 15?
10.
10 minutes. In 10 minutes,
10 to 15.
10 to 15, fuck it, we don't know what's going on. So in 10 minutes, we'll just say 10. And if we're not back in 10, you'll know me mean 15.
15.
Okay.
Love you guys, and stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of Episode 1, Season 1, and just a shout out, there are some big exciting things coming your way, so stay tuned and check us out.
Yay!
All right, welcome back, guys. I am again James Connor, and this is Dice and Discourse. Just before we get to back to the island with our intrepid heroes, or villainous villains, however you want to think of them, we have a couple of exciting announcements to make. First things first, so we have a follower goal of 100. If we get to 100 followers, we are going to donate a monster manual to one of you lucky 100 followers. So get out there and recruit for us, guys. Is there any other announcements I need to make now? I could
At 1,000, we'll do another one.
Oh yes, at 1,000 we will do another giveaway. Not quite sure what we'll do then, but stay tuned for it. You'll have to check out and see.
Here shortly, maybe in a week, 2, maybe a month, we'll have Patreon set up, as well as our subscriptions for the Twitch channel. That's just to keep this stuff running here at the studio, if you will. So we would appreciate any support you guys can offer. Any. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook. We have a Facebook fan page now. I believe we have an Instagram. I'll have to get with Lacey and have her post that on the book, on the Facebook page. That's all for me. Anybody else got anything?
I got nothing.
All right, cool. Back to the action, the stuff that we're here to do. Alrighty, so you guys have just finished your encounter at the magical, mystical, awesome fairy oasis of love and awesomeness. One of our bards comes back pregnant, apparently, because she seduced. And now we have a half
water baby.
A half water being.
And I use it to kill my brother to take the Iron Throne.
Love it.
No.
Alrighty. So instead of dark and nastiness, it's water. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
I just gotta say, she did not seem really all that troubled by it. She was just kind of like, yeah, whatever, let's do this.
Brandon doesn't have a clue.
I have no idea.
Oh.
I didn't drink the water, so no
I wanted
water.
to watch porn. I just watched
You didn't
porn.
drink it. You wanted it. You were like, I'll bathe in it when you guys are gone.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't actually bathe.
Shake it.
So we had to prove ourselves.
How do
But,
we
but
prove
he
ourselves?
didn't say for what
Or how?
or how. I assume he means to kill all of these people.
You wanted to do that.
I still...
Shut up. You're not here.
Honestly, if we're the only 4 who survive when the orcs come back, like...
It
Is
means
that
that-
really
it
a
mean-
great idea?
It
or
means
do we
there'll be
wanna blend
more
in?
room on the ship, so I won't have to be chained next to this motherfucker.
You'll probably just be chained next to him, or one of us will be in between you. You'll be even close.
One of us will be in between you. It's not gay as long as there's a honey in the middle. I think they're voting as to which one it's going to be. Courtney, you might be drawing short straw.
We will see. I am strong woman, and I will use charm person and be like, yeah, no.
That's going to make things worse, I believe.
Yeah.
Not if I just say protect me.
Well, I'll cast Struggle Snowball.
Struggles.
Oh my god.
Welcome back to Rape. Alrighty, so
Daniel.
you guys head back, and Daniel has erected a shoddy wall between 2 trees, and he's got a little bit of shade over the food stuff. Like he's made like a little food hut.
Look at you.
You know,
Set
and
us
the
up.
other
Set
guys
us
are
up.
around going, we should,
Divvy up.
divvy up the food appropriately for survival.
But first,
Fresh water.
fresh water that way. I'm going to show you.
Yes, we did find fresh water. It is very refreshing.
It's very, very. I like her. She has no idea what I'm doing. I love it.
I think she does know what you're doing.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
We're gonna make all of them bathe before I can bathe.
Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. So we just need all of you.
Evil persists, but standards
3 at a
matter.
time. 3 at a time.
It's a small pool.
It's a very small pool.
It's a weird thing, but you have to get on your knees and go, praise Umberlee, and then drink. Because clearly Umberlee has gifted this island with an oasis.
Exactly.
Hey
Umberlee
there.
the gracious.
Umberlee the gracious.
I'm
I am a
with the
loyal
swords. I'm the only
follower
girl
of
here.
Umberlee.
Hi.
Umberlee the abundant.
They're dead now.
They are dead. You killed them all.
Not me.
So are we going?
Everyone else.
Don't
I'm
all
trying
at
to get us all to work together.
You know what? Make a bluff check.
Yeah, we're at the apples. I'm not part of this massacre.
I'm red. You can trust that.
Are you me?
Unless you
Yeah.
want to go. Then I'll watch the apples.
I'm curious how many people they sway.
21.
21? Alright. So the majority seem like, yeah, sure. That seems, I mean, okay, it's logical. There's like 8 guys, I would say Jim Bob, George, and the dwarf.
The ones you see right through me.
Thoknar.
Thoknar?
Yeah.
I love him.
They're going, they're like,
You're trying.
oh, that sounds like a right load of crap, eh? I bet there's something funny with that there water. Jim Bob likes you.
Oh god, he's talking to himself.
This is why I don't roleplay with myself.
So, but they're like kind of like keeping to themselves. Like, they're like, yeah, there's definitely something there. I'm pretty sure the last thing in the world you want to do is talk about how great an evil goddess is.
No. She's changed her ways.
No, see, this is all their inner monologue. I apologize. They're just kind of going, but they're gonna let it go. Like they're like, oh, well, yeah, sure. The less,
If it gets you
the
free
merrier.
fresh water.
Yeah. So, those guys are pretty much like, okay, so we'll go together, but we're not doing any of that shit. If it's just water, it's water, and if it's something special, well, let's say a couple of groups are like, okay, well, yeah, let's go.
Okay,
So
So
3 guys are like, oh, we go first because you, and then
Three?
there's a little bit of a spitting contest, and then 3 dudes go off.
You should come with me. You should come with me.
I'm gonna follow them at a distance because I'm curious. Not curious enough to go to drink the water. But I want to see what they're doing with the other 3.
I'm guarding
I'm
apples.
following behind
You're
her.
growing apples?
Guarding apples.
Guarding apples, right, from the rest of your allies.
The only lady on the boat left with a bunch of guys on the beach guarding apples.
How do you know she's the only lady? We never specifically...
Because I assumed she's the only one until you
Who
said
survived?
otherwise.
Probably
Who
the
survived?
only one who survived.
Yeah, the other ones were probably killed.
They were probably weak.
It's because I got the 2 swords.
Well, I would say some of the hot ones would have been welcomed into it. Like any of the
They're like, we won't slaughter you.
Okay,
so there might be some other ladies.
I would say there's probably a few others. Probably, I would imagine just like
Leaving
there'd be a third of the females would be fit and trim and be like, yeah, yes, I may not be as strong as my male counterparts, but I know how to swing a sword.
Damn!
So,
You're leaving
there's
a bunch of ladies with the apples. That's how trouble starts.
I know, right? But we would say out of your 20, I would say probably 8 females, and then you make 9. So
Okay.
there's probably like 11, 12.
Am I the
12
only
pros.
one with the apples? Or did all the ladies stay? Or are they like fresh water?
I would say the first group was 2 dudes and a gullible female. 2 gullible dudes, 1 gullible female. I don't want to incite feminists. So those 3 take off to go drink some water. And apparently you 2 are going to roast them to be like, yes, good.
Yes, I am.
Good. And Courtney, you're going to be like, all the apples are finally mine.
Gonna make some pie.
I want to sneak behind them.
Yeah, all right. So make a sneak. You guys, what's your wisdom?
My wisdom is 0.
And plus 2. What did you roll?
Totals up to 18.
Oh,
Okay.
passive perception?
Yeah. So, you have passive perception of. Okay, cool. Either way, he blows up. Ark, you have no idea is there.
It's fine.
And you're more fixated on those 3 giggling to yourselves anyway. You,
Laughing maniacally. What are you laughing at? Nothing, bro.
You might want to make a stealth check then if you're laughing maniacally.
Natural 20.
Natural 5? Or
25.
25, okay.
Natural
I heard one say 5, and I was like, all I heard was natural 5, and I was like, woo! That's a natural 5, guys. It's called the newspapers. All right, so, yeah, you're apparently laughing maniacally in your head. But, yes, so.
He's shoving twigs in his mouth just to
So you
stop
follow
him.
along.
Ripping a piece of my
Tunic.
rags off because I need it.
Yeah. Yes, they show up and they're like, "Oh, praise Umberlee, water!" And
Good.
water elemental just destroys them. You guys
I'm not
are like,
here.
basically what happens is he just shows up and, like, not even he shows up. You just see the pool, like, 2 waves just kind of drag them in.
And drown them.
You assume blub blub happens and they die.
And then
I
we
want
have
to
to take
be.
the bodies out.
I want to come up right behind him and just sort of like, what are you doing?
Surviving.
Well, for one, I snuck up on you.
So we immediately turn around and attack you? No, I'm kidding.
For now.
Shut up. Did you bring anybody else with you?
No.
Good.
Do you know how to keep a secret?
It's secret.
Are you thinning the herd?
Yes.
It's only day 1.
You see,
Very thorough.
I don't like to ration my food. Not something I'm into.
What are you gonna do on the second time when 6 people have gone missing, and you've come back to get 3 more?
They fell into the pond, man.
They fell in the pond 13 times.
And drowned. It's weird.
They disappear. We don't know where
They ran off into the woods. One of the halflings that ran
They
off jumped
turned
down and
on
stabbed them.
you and ran off.
Weird how this
Out of
disembodied
the-
voice is hit. She cast message. That's what it was.
Team speak.
Yeah.
Out of the game.
They turned on us, bro.
One at a time.
They ran into my cutlass.
Or, no, did anybody see us leave? Or notice?
I'm sure they did.
Given that you've made quite a scene of yourself casting sleep, they probably noticed that you're not there, laughing your ass off.
And you're a bard, so you're a little loud.
So they turned on us. We had to kill them.
What happened to the bodies? Are they still there? Or did he just suck them all up and go back down in the
I don't
pond?
know where they are.
Oh, they're gone?
As far as you don't see any bodies.
Huh, that's weird.
Great!
Could just be like enchanted whirlpool, don't touch the water.
No,
I'm not here.
We want them to come back. We want-
Apparently they weren't faithful enough.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what. Yes.
I was them.
It's a shrine to Umberlee. They clearly pissed in it.
Alright. So, secret?
Not going to tell anybody.
Good! My thing is, I don't want to get killed in my sleep, because I've already put several of these people to sleep and helped kill people. That means I'm a target. I don't like that shit. So the more people I can get rid of,
The more you make yourself a target,
the less they can target me.
the fewer target you, the more of a target you are to the rest.
But there are fewer of them.
I don't think that 20 knives versus 1 knife in the heart really matters.
It does.
But isn't it now 17 knives?
Oh dear God.
The numbers of
We were at 30 something.
Yeah, you're at like 35.
how many have just
You're down to 32 now, including you.
You only killed
So there's 28 other people besides you. 3 of them are Thognar, George,
Jim
and Jim Bob. The rest I haven't named yet, but they're dying relatively fast.
And there are a
so
couple
I'm
of
not sure
ladies.
why. Yeah, there's a couple of ladies. Courtney's very interested in them.
Yeah.
She's like, you just killed one of the ladies.
I'm
like
not
that.
here. I'm at the apple cart
Right.
with the ladies.
Yeah,
and we're
because
all like, we
apparently the
should
la-
take a bath.
Yeah.
No, we're
Let's
not.
get into that ocean.
They're making-
Skinny dipping
They're
time.
making some fashionable dresses out of the remaining.
Yeah, we're getting all the rags and making clothes.
So back we go.
Red
Back
dresses, huh?
Back I go.
Yeah.
Back I go. I just leave you two. Deuces.
I'm going in a different direction.
I'm gonna go climb a tree and just wait it out.
Make a hammock high up in the trees. Watch people as they come eventually to the water.
All right,
This is
so
the best
Daniel, what do you
sequel.
do? Like two guys, these two just one obviously is walking back to the encampment. The other one just goes, "Fuck this shit."
I'm intrigued by the bard's bizarre logical thinking, so I'm going to wait till he's like 20 paces away, then follow him back to camp to see how he's going to convince the next group.
Madness doesn't use any logic.
Clearly not.
Alrighty, so
Wait, did the dwarf and Jim Bob and George do anything, or did they just leave?
no,
They
they
watched this, I
they're
thought.
yeah they're just back there,
They're with you.
and they're just like they're like, well, you know,
They're hanging out with those
they're
ladies.
probably picking out females, going, well, it's gonna be a long 4 days later. Thognar is definitely working his ass off, like, oh, I know I ain't got the height, but I make up for it in stature. And, you're like, you're going, oh my God,
If the ladies don't find
most
you
of the
tall,
girls are
I say
like,
find
we
you
just
alive.
got through this horrendous slave experience. The last thing I want to do is sleep with you. But I'm sure one of them is down for it. Like, you know what, I could use a release. Thognar, let's see it. Whip it out, big boy.
I'm just gonna eat an apple.
I'm just going to need...
Day 1, exhausted apple supply.
This is happening. As I walk back.
So you walk back, there's a half-naked dwarf just going, you like that, don't you? And the girl's just kind of laughing, and one's like, yeah, let's go over there, let's do this. Jim Bob's like, damn, if that works. Suddenly, penises are sprouting everywhere,
Oh my
ladies.
God.
Hey
Look what you've
guys.
done.
I did nothing. Go to the tree.
She's just like, I'll just eat apples even slower now. Ah, getting a good eyeful there.
So these other ladies don't seem interested.
Quick time
But
hearts.
it's because their penises are unwashed. Allow me to take
Are you
you.
getting Sweeney Todd with bathing? Like,
Allow me to take you.
oh my God. Like,
Let's go get some rags.
Ladies,
Go
clearly, clearly.
Get all cleaned down.
Girls are going, dirty penis. That's clearly what they're saying.
Snag, they're
Courtney, do you join in on this? You're like, yep, that's why I'm not sleeping with you. Talk about those dirty penises.
I
Courtney.
think we all need a bath.
Especially you three who are trying to get laid.
Wait, Jim Bob and George? You like Jim Bob and George? They do need a bath.
They do need a bath.
God,
Exactly,
they
they
smell
need a
awful.
bath.
Sorry, guys. You're nice. You're fun. You smell. We all
The
smell.
lady has spoken.
Well, the dwarf's already got it going on, so.
Well,
yeah.
he's on. I'm talking about you guys.
He's self-cleaning.
He's the exception.
He's self-cleaning. I'm so curious as to what you mean by that.
His beard is like.
Is by self-cleaning that means humping furiously another chick? Oh, this is cleaning all right, lads.
But you guys,
Well, his
Jim Bob
beard is
and
so clotted and matted that it's like one of those pads you use to clean his
Jim Bob and George,
Oh my God.
you two.
That sounds so painful.
I know where you guys can get cleaned up.
He's a dwarf with a really high pain threshold. It's probably the only way he feels anything.
I know how you guys can get cleaned up.
Why you gotta?
I'm not sure how long I'm gonna let this go on. There's just no way this is gonna last for long. Keep making diplomacy and bullshit checks. Okay, well, it's all 25s constantly.
No.
After a while, common sense should kick in, and some are like, you know what? It's been a while since we saw those last 3. Oh, well, they turned on us. Yeah, what about the next 3? They turned on us too. Yeah, and the third group.
How about everybody
Everybody just right now,
go?
just go and bathe.
Hey, I
What happened to the rule of 3s and praising Umberlee?
It's bigger than I thought it was, but we still have to praise Umberlee.
If you
Haven't you
guys-
been to see it twice?
If you guys are gonna get it on, go to that clearing. It's really pretty.
Yeah.
A nice scenic oasis shack.
And you can
Smell-
bathe.
I think the
Smells
girls are like,
nice,
well, I
too.
mean, you know,
The
you
whole
just
entire
go to
area
the ocean
smells
or, you know, either way, I'm not having sex no matter what's going on.
Listen.
Well,
All the
Not you. You're
flowers.
fine. Listen.
Yeah, stay with me, ladies.
Hear me out.
I have no qualms slitting your throats.
Let's just all go and check it out. All right. Let's all go together.
One. Okay. All right. So they'll all
Can
go
I
together.
stick her
Yeah.
with the
Sorry.
apples?
So we'll all go together.
All of us.
I'll but the apples. What if Dwarf Man comes back and he wants to eat them all because he just had sex?
He'll be
We
asleep.
will worry about. We will
What is
worry
it,
about
Goku?
him
Just
later.
flinging that food down?
I don't
So-
know.
Yeah, all of us together. We'll go.
All right, one big happy, family. All right, let's
How
go
many
do
of us
this.
are there? 20? 20?
What about the two that are currently
30
flapping?
minus the two having... Unless there's another
I don't
guy in line
wanna-
behind
interrupt
That's not
that?
Lady
gonna work.
Susan.
I don't want to interrupt that.
I also don't want to see
I don't
that.
want
I've never done it with a dwarf before.
Where
Yeah,
is
that's
she?
what
Is
I'm
she
talking
Mickey?
about.
Ha! Your penis is huge.
Compared to his proportions.
You're like a tripod.
That's really what it is.
All right.
Damn, you can use that as a kickstand.
So Lady Susan is getting it on with Dwarf Man.
Oh, Susan. Okay.
Lady
Yes.
Susan.
Yeah, Lady Susan. Yes, she's very ladylike. It's too big. Just spit on it.
I'm sure it is Megan.
You know,
Everybody that ever is a slut.
they're having a good time over there. You know.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make your jaw drop a few more times, and then I'm just trying to drum up more things to surprise you with. And you just keep pointing at her, so I just keep going. Oh, okay.
To the clearing?
Oh, to the clearing, not Courtney. Okay. All right, so the group goes to the clearing. Sure.
Isn't there a hobbit in halfling somewhere in here? In the woods?
I think we just assumed that.
Before we get
Oh,
there,
are they
don't
dead?
forget.
Did anyone survive?
But when you
I
get
probably
there,
not.
Okay.
you have to circle around the pond and praise your loyalty to Umberlee.
And then get it on.
Make a bluff check.
Are you trying to start a cult?
Yes.
You're saying that in
As a
character?
cult,
Yeah,
we will
in
survive
Is this a
as
cult,
one.
or
Is this-
this seems very
You know,
cult-like?
maybe.
Yeah.
Will Umberlee help us defeat the orcs?
This is actually called the Oasis of the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
I'm helping them out. Because as a cult of one, we will survive.
16 plus 5 is 21.
I will adversely not say a word and be at the very back of the group.
Out of game. I'm surprised no one went to kill Dwarfy and Lady Susan while they were busy.
Because nobody wants to see that.
All right, so you've got 28 non-U's. 2 are back flapping, so that makes it 26. Then we already had, one of them was Thognar, so he already thinks you're full of shit, so he doesn't.
I thought Thognar was getting it on.
Yeah, he's getting it on, but
Okay.
he thinks you're full of shit anyway, so
And
he's part of the. I'm taking numbers out, so.
Wait, didn't Jim Bob and George think
Yeah,
this?
yeah. They're part of like a 10-man group that already thinks that there's something wonky and that you're doing something. So, out of the
That part is crazy.
26 that's there, 11 of them are like, something's not right, and so that leaves 15. And of those 15, your current speech, you got about 8 of them going, okay, yeah, sure. The other 7 are like,
How
I'm
close
gonna
to-
watch this
How
because
close
this
to the
is
other
just
7?
this is way too. They're standing back. They're
How far
like,
back?
I'd probably say like a good 15, 20 feet.
Should I try to murder them all?
That's what's going through his mind right now.
'Cause
Like,
I'm
well, if I cast my final sleep, how many of them will I knock down?
Well,
And
why don't we see how
you
they
know.
react?
Yeah, we'll see how they react first.
Well, I
As
could
I
just be
stand
like,
behind.
the water's clear, let's all just bathe, and then they're all inside, and then I run out.
All right, so what did I say? 8 guys.
No, let's not do that.
8 guys. So we'll say 4 dudes, 4 chicks. Go forth, and they're like, okay, praise Umberlee, and they get toilet flushed down. Just
Did you see What are you laughing about? They're in the underworld now.
We don't know where they
They are
went.
now free. They're out of this island.
They're
It's a
free.
portal.
They might have survived.
Should we switch characters?
I have high wisdom. I'm infernal. I know portals when I see it.
So,
Where do you think the portal leads?
I think you're metagaming yourself there.
To freedom and rainbows.
I'm not taking it.
Then don't.
so you've got 19 people there, and
Sounds like
they're
trying to
done. They're
convince
like,
me.
no. However, the good news is you've flushed enough people that, you can have 100%, you can eat normally and be okay. Just don't overeat.
So should we just?
I look at Jim Bob and George.
Jim Bob and George are like, this is really fucked up.
They're probably like, you just.
Day
got
1 of 4. Well, we've already hit 75% casualties, guys.
How many are left? 20?
Yeah, like 21 guys total. You've got
So, hey, guys.
19 there at the clearing and 2 are back fucking, so.
So what should we do now?
Have an apple?
Very straight face. Have an apple.
As many apples as we like, right?
Well,
within reason.
Your normal, your normal food consumption.
Not yet. I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. I want to gorge, damn it. I want them to come back and I'm sitting there on a pile of bodies just eating food like, you'll have too much food, bitches.
They're gonna get back and they're gonna hear all what happened. They're like, lock that one up underneath the boat. This is why we don't let anybody talk on the ship.
Good news, everyone! We can now eat normally.
So,
Well, guys, listen. I did this for us. For all of us. You're the smarter ones. You didn't fall for the stupid bullshit, and now you get to eat your normal set of food. Don't go
You
like
passed the first test.
You
One
passed
more
the-
test.
well, I guess, yeah.
I did it for you guys.
You did. Well, I was involved, sort of. I wasn't involved in manslaughter, but.
Well, neither was I. The agent. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that.
What's your name, water guy? Hello, water guy. I dipped my foot into the water guy.
Hello.
Foot into the water guy.
Does it
Excuse
make
me.
it
Everybody
Poke,
has
poke.
water buffalo.
Water guy.
Yours is fast, but mine, no.
No. Don't do
Yeah, board stuff.
That's not.
All praise fresh water.
Yeah. I don't know what god he's under.
I'm
He
going
never
to dip.
mentioned. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't even have a water skin, never mind. I have nothing.
he thought about it, but he never told us who he actually serves.
Cool.
My foot is inside water guy. Is he there yet? I'll take my foot out.
I think
Yeah,
he's
I
tired
think-
of being treated like a jack in the box.
I think he's, he's good. He's all right.
He's not gonna talk
He's
to
not,
us.
yeah, he's not gonna talk.
Because
he's
probably
He's
there
so
are still
full.
followers of Umbra on the beach.
Oh, he just washed them to the beach and now they're all alive and they're gonna kill us. Yay!
No, I think he's just because there's still survivors on the beach. Is why he hasn't.
There's
appeared yet.
followers of Umberlee. Yeah.
Because that's what
Because
you told him.
You weren't even here. Shut up.
So, no one on this beach is a follower of Umberlee, right? No one in this group.
Well, we all make some tithing anytime we get on a boat. Yeah.
Who?
What?
Who?
Did you hear that?
John Bob?
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? Did you hear
I'm
that?
looking at the poll.
Like, actually, clearly, no one's doing this, but in real Faerunian life, that's like you worship all the gods.
Yeah.
When
Hide
you
your
go on a
hearts.
boat, you just go, please, great
Don't kill
Umberlee,
me."
don't fucking kill me. Here's a coin. Leave me the fuck alone, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And she seems to get off on being called a bitch because she's literally called the bitch queen. So,
Yeah.
she's like, oh yeah, well I am a bitch. So, but yes, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's things like that, like if you want the sun to rise, you go, oh please, God of sun, rise.
Yeah.
So, but that's everything is very,
Oh, God of dying. Not yet.
there's people that are like, I don't believe in the gods, and there's people that, do believe in the gods, and there's people that are,
Life is meaningless.
this and that and all that other fun stuff. And so, but
Something
nobody,
somewhere
very few
doesn't
people
like.
are, I only worship one god to the exclusion of all others.
Okay.
Like even most hardcore clerics aren't that way. Most of them are like, we acknowledge that all the gods exist, but I like this one god above the rest, and so I am I'm a priestess of it or a priest of it.
Okay.
So.
So, what do we think?
So yeah. So you've got like I said, you've got like 20, 21 people total left on the island.
We good, guys?
It's getting fairly late, like, traveling back and forth and all that fun stuff. So you guys are feeling kind of tired, and it's starting to transition into nighttime. Good to go sleep.
Could you do me a solid?
Slit all their throats.
Tell me what it is.
Could you guard me while I sleep, and I'll guard you while you sleep?
I'm eavesdropping. Can both of you guard me? There's only one woman left, I think. Maybe 2.
It's like 4 or 5.
That's fair.
Oh, okay. 4
How about-
were murdered.
How about this?
Yeah, 4 were murdered.
Let's
Okay,
set-
so
let's
there are
set
5
up-
left.
let's-
Yeah,
the
5.
4
That's
of
right. Because
us.
there was 9 total.
I feel a
so
tight
5.
knit connection between us. Like we're
We're-
destined to be together,
We have
Or
pointy
not
ears.
get murdered by you.
or not get murdered by me.
We're the 4 with pointy ears.
We're the porny ear gang. The underhorns. Working on it.
It's a mouthful.
Anyway.
It makes sense to trade guard duties.
Exactly. Yeah?
I could easily hide in the forest.
So you're
And
just gonna...
So could I, but I'm not going to be a dick.
I'm not going to be a dick. I've basically murdered 75 people already today, and I'm just getting started.
How many people did you drown?
Again, our first session, incite a riot and get 50 plus people killed. Continuing the tradition of our last group.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
I tried to get us all to join together against the orcs.
That's what we're doing.
Thanks for effort.
The 4 of us.
That is
You're
what we're
a noble,
doing.
So-
Just 80
noble
less of
person.
us now.
You're letting it get in the way. Really. It's getting in the way.
I helped you with drowning those people.
You did? And that was a good thing.
1 to 180. 1 to 180.
I know. I am so evil now.
You have to roll with the punches.
I'm going to survive. I will be top dog.
Exactly.
No.
Survival. That's all that matters.
So, Lady Susan set up a tent, and if you give her an apple, she'll do whatever.
No.
You guys need to guard me.
I've seen her downstairs mix up, and I'm good.
Okay. Well.
Okie dokie. So,
who of us have expended spells already? Guess who's going to sleep first?
Okay.
You put me to sleep.
I will take first shift.
That
I
means
will
you're
just
already
watch
rested,
the
bro.
nightlife. All the people sleeping, all the people eating apples.
alrighty. So,
Takes all over my
there's
face.
like basically two groups. There's the 4 of you who seem to be okay with Randall. And then there's the rest that are like, that bro is gonna fucking murder us in our sleep. So you're guarding, you're like kind of, you're taking guards duties, like watching over him, watching over the, other 20 dudes. And the other 20 dudes are taking guard duties to watch Randall. So,
I guess these 3 are sleeping first. So I'll let them pick their spots. I'll just plant my spear in the ground.
Yeah, let's
And stare
sleep.
at the other group.
Let's do 2 guards, 2 sleep, 2 sleep, 2 guards.
Yeah.
Because him alone sleeping, I'm
So,
not comfortable. Let's do
I'll
it.
stay up and do first shift with you.
Okay.
Yeah, him awake alone.
There's a lot you can get
I'm
done.
not super thrilled about that either.
Never mind.
alrighty. So
Develop trust yet.
there's a lot of
That's not where I was going with
there's a
that.
schism in the group,
Well,
and you can
I'm
clearly
like-
tell that you 4
I will
are
murder you.
on the
Where-
other side of that schism, and the other 21 are on their side.
I try to bridge it by inviting the other 2 to come and sit and talk with us. The other 2 guards.
The ladies.
yeah, yeah.
Are they ladies?
They're like,
One
they're
ma-
like, they're like.
Daniel hopes.
There's no way we're coming over there.
I'm so
and
friendly.
there's like,
try
when I
to-
say 2 guards, I'm saying there's like,
2 guards afoot.
there's like, half of them are staring, and the other half they're like, we saw that. One of them's a caster, so. Jim Bob Thognar and
You're gonna cast sleep
Charles,
on the
they're
guards when
like-
it's your shift, aren't you? And
Look,
then
we-
murder. Okay.
we know what's going on. It's fine. Kudos to getting rid of them all, but we don't want to be part of them. I'm pretty sure if you could, you'd murder us. So we appreciate,
It boils down to it.
and that's kind of the feeling of the other side. They're like, we get it, but hot damn. So they're like,
if
we're just
I
gonna-
survive through this night, I'm suddenly people alone. I'm like, good. I've established dominance.
yeah, just start peeing.
Dominance or absolute terror.
So
Same thing, it's
Randall
just
has in his mind established dominance. The
So-
night nobody attacks anybody as long as you don't attack them.
I sing lullabies. Unless it annoys you, my fellow guard.
I zone out.
Okay, cool. Lullaby time.
If they don't move, I don't have to pay attention.
Sing us a lullaby.
I'll sing the one about the baby
Should
that
literally
dies.
make me like a
That sounds like
That's
a
like 5
blindfold.
of them.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so the baby that dies is what they listen to, and they're just like, this is really fucked up. And so that leaves.
Through no fault of my own, I
We're
ended up with the lunatic group who
You're not
spent
evil
the entire
yet,
day-
right?
What?
You said you're not evil yet, right?
I'm
She's
not
slowly
evil
getting
yet.
there.
All lullabies are about dead
Yeah.
babies.
No.
Like all
They
of
are.
them. I'm thinking particularly of the Irish one about the woman who sticks a pin in her baby's heart and then she gets dead.
She gets dead.
She gets dead. The moral of the story is you stick a pin in the baby's heart and you get dead.
It's an
Not
Irish
just babies.
Irish lullaby.
Wow.
So these lullabies are actually designed to tell moms don't kill your babies.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the moral of the story.
And to tell the babies better go the fuck to sleep.
Mom's thinking about stabbing your fucking heart with a pen.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's some passive aggressive shit right there.
Yeah.
Hush now, little lamb. Go
They're
the fuck to sleep.
So what happens during their first watch?
Nothing other than she sings along. Like I said, I mean, you get through the night without
I
anyone
love it.
killing each other. But like I said, I mean, you definitely feel that awkwardness. Or maybe
Not
that
me.
depends on you. Good morning! Hello! Anybody want to get flushed? I mean, make prayers to Umberlee? My flushing pond of death?
He doesn't believe in God, but he's quickly becoming devout of one of them.
Everyone in the group who's still alive.
Let's have breakfast.
I was gonna say we should get to know each other with truth or dare.
All right, let's do this.
No, I'm kidding.
Balls deep.
Alright, so
Take a bath.
I got another dare for you as soon as you're done.
I dare Jim Bob. Take a bath. I fucking hate you. I'm just picking, man.
Oh my god.
I won't follow, I promise.
I'm trying to cure the chasm
Okay.
between our
All right.
groups.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
We
Yeah.
should eat breakfast and tell
mastered-
stories.
He's master ventriloquism.
Let's all play a game
and go
of I
take a
Spy.
bath.
I was just gonna cast minor illusion.
Praise Umberlee.
Under illusion, well, again, group of men to take a look at the pond. Pretty lady. Get a group of women. Pretty man.
No, you just cast minor illusion and mimic their voices as best you can with your magic.
What do you say, by the way?
Huh?
What do you
Was this
say?
actually happening?
No.
No, that's out of character.
They're not going to go anywhere near that oasis now.
Breakfast? We have plenty of food.
Let's.
We do have
It
plenty
was the
of-
whole purpose of my mission.
Were there eggs? Did we forage for eggs? Can we cook
You can
something
forage.
breakfasty?
There's not.
No.
Let me check one thing, because I'm not entirely sure.
I
Anybody
mean, we
thirsty?
can just eat apples.
I feel like my
Also,
character
for-
recognizes that this is the group that's going to make it alive.
Because
But he's not happy about it.
because of the crazy.
The crazy has so far made the numbers advantage a lot smaller.
But we shall.
Yes,
be
but you've
friends.
also alienated everybody on the island now.
No,
There's
no,
like
no.
stark alienation.
Not me.
We will
Diplomacy.
never be friends. You can be friendly all you want. They will like always
don't-
keep you at arm's length.
I will be
I don't know anything
friendly.
wrong. I just casted some fish above their heads.
So,
As everybody stares at me.
Let's not bring back old wounds.
Old
let's-
fishy wounds.
Really, in terms of eggs, in terms of wildlife on this
Birds.
island, you haven't actually seen really any wildlife.
Okay.
Barnhart was a
Because
valiant
they're all-
racetrack driver.
agents of what's her name. All the wildlife was eaten by the pond.
You know,
Really?
Umberlee.
you can think that.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Deer worship Umberlee with the.
But you know, it's possible the island is just so small that wildlife hasn't come here. It's possible you don't know.
Okay.
You don't know. Maybe you're not the first group.
Coconuts?
You know,
And
Am I
they've
above
eaten
cannibal?
all of
there
them.
is if you want to look for, like I said, there's
You've got
fruits. Like there's,
food.
it's a basically
You're
Southern
right.
Pacific
You're
Island
right.
group.
17
So-
I just
forage.
always wanted to taste human flesh.
You find coconuts. You
It-
find bananas.
Supposedly tastes
Coconut
like
water.
bacon.
Anything
It'll
that-
flush
But
it
we
down
should
the
not
hole.
encourage you.
So
You should not.
At least not now that we've already murdered all the people and put them in the water for the sharks.
I'm not convinced we didn't eat the one prisoner who they whipped to death.
We probably did. They
On
probably
the
no.
boat.
They left his body on the floor to rot.
That's right.
Can't really do shit.
So hello, friends. Other people, other 18 people. Yeah,
We cool,
let's
right?
be friends.
I
Oh,
got
yeah, we're
coconuts.
cool. You just
You know, I
stay over there, and we'll stay over here, and we're gonna get through this. We
How
got
about
plenty of
10
food.
feet in front of at all times?
10 feet at what?
In front of at all times.
Yeah, as long as we know where you are at all times and what
Sure.
you're doing.
wait.
Sure.
No, let's
And
be friends.
as long as we, you know,
Well, you
I
can
did
do
what I
films,
did,
cast
but
these
I don't
spells
think they're going to
for
get
us.
anywhere near.
yeah, and we appreciate that. We like having food, you know, thanks. But,
You know what, pals?
yeah. They eat, they just kind of, like I said, a lot of them look at you. They're just like, that crazy
There are a lot of
motherfucker.
spare weapons.
Why don't
It's not
we-
like that ginger guy from, oh, that's right.
That is a beautiful face. That,
The,
the smile. It's
and then
just-
later when he's eating chicken, he's like,
The-
that kind of look.
Yes,
What
it's
the
so
fuck are you
awesome.
guys talking about?
I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
You can appreciate the look he gives.
It's a
Even without the
beautiful.
shirt.
He blows it out of the park. He acts the fuck out of that scene, and it's
Shit,
amazing.
my spell's back.
The most
Anyway.
Yes, you got
couple of the
Anyway.
season.
I will regale you with stories. I'm a bard, everyone. Let's be friends.
All right. Well, Jim Bob is the only one clapping. Jim
Yay.
Bob's like, "Hey, I like
Part
stories. Hold the door." Either way.
I'm gonna write my poem.
Oh, no,
Let me tell you a poem. There once was a boat on the high sea. It often worshipped Umberlee. They all fucking died. The end.
God, you beat me to it. That was the plot of the whole poem. That's roughly what I say, though.
Yes, and
That's your.
Everybody loves you.
What
at
is
any
your
moment he's
goal?
gonna sneeze and become a totally
Can't
different
help
person
himself.
with totally different hair color.
Well. Okay, so what are we doing now? Since I can't make them be friends with me except for Jim Bob, who loves my stories. Yay,
Yes, Jim Bob loves your stories.
I love you too, Jim Bob.
So, and you work
You
your
love
ass
Jim
off,
Bob?
sir. I believe that it is an unhealable wound in the party affection. I'm sorry.
It's about
you
It's
know.
80
because
bodies
you murdered
wide.
everyone. By the way,
Everyone's a
Like they
hard
respect you, but at the same time, you are one crazy fuck, and so they're like, I think we're done. I
and
think
you're the first
you know.
person I've teamed up with, so I'm like, let's be friends. But you don't know my name.
It's okay, boo. You don't know mine either.
And we have a name for you now, and it's Boo.
Boo?
Yeah, Boo.
Okay. It's Genevieve, but you can call me Boo.
Genevieve, I like that.
Genevieve?
Sounds very islandy,
Yeah.
right? No, I don't care.
I chose a human name
Sure.
because I'm half elf.
I'm Sarek.
You chose an elf name?
Sure.
I've told people my name. And
I
just
chose
think I'm
whatever they
dismissing
gave me when I was put into slavery, yeah.
Oh, I chose my name. Okay, anyway.
That's
your
going to a
name?
dark place.
What's your name?
Patience.
Patience? I like it.
Usually people don't believe me when I'm telling them my name. They're like
All right.
thinking I'm
bye-bye.
dismissing them, like patience. So when are you going to tell me? It becomes a really bad who's on first joke.
So Sarek, Genevieve, Patience, and who are you, Mr. Silent Man?
I'll tell you if we make it back on the boat.
That's fine. I'm
Will
cool with
you
that.
tell me if I give you another apple?
I'll tell you when we get back on the boat.
You took my apple!
I'm cool with that.
I thought we were friends.
Man,
we had
man.
guard duty together.
Doesn't make us friends, that makes us alive.
I need to know. I like that. Okay, I'll do that.
Makes it alive. Excellent. That is true. Either way,
So go.
just leave it to Daniel. Keep it real.
She becomes chaotic evil. We will be friends.
This is our whole reason for becoming chaos evil, so nobody wants to be friends with her.
Even after he tells us your real name, we'll just call him. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
I will try to be friends with all of you because I'm in your group and we are alive
Yeah.
and we killed a lot of people together. That makes us friends
That's a
for life.
bonding moment if I ever fucking
Friends
heard
for
of
life,
it.
guys.
They were really in our way.
Well, I
Especially the
honestly
ones
think
that
we
ran
should blend
screaming
in.
down the beach.
I think we
Try
should.
yelling, please don't kill me.
I think we should blend into a larger group when the orcs come back. Because if it's just the four of us, what
They'll
are
know-
they gonna do?
They'll know which of us is stronger.
And then they'll whip him.
Who?
The stronger one.
No.
No.
I don't think that's the purpose of this.
Okay. But then they're just gonna sell us for a bunch of money unless we kill them, which we can't do right
I mean, the less of them they are, the more we're worth.
now. That's true, but then I'm just gonna get sold to some really rich old ugly man who wants me to be his bed slave.
But you
I don't want that.
Then he's an old man and he's easy to kill.
Fine. Rich whatever. With guards.
Still easy to kill.
Okay. I just think we
Just
should
sex
plan-
them to death.
Exactly. It's death by snoo.
Yeah, duh.
Yes, because I am very
If you
skilled
make
at
it
that
so
death
good, his
trap.
heart will give out.
don't even have to do that. I'm sure she can crush his pelvis.
Sternum.
I think I've seen that in a Bond movie where she,
Or
destroyed
you
him
just
with her
press
legs.
down,
Yeah, just
Can't
power
remember her
thighs.
or you can just
Power
press down on his
thighs.
sternum and break his sternum and push his rib into his heart.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. It just,
Well, I think it would be
Yeah.
nice to like stay
He's very
together since
frail.
we're best friends for life after we murdered everyone.
That's what we're gonna do
Okay.
together.
I would definitely be Daniel's reaction to the situation. Like, what the fuck is going on? Crazy and crazier, just synergizing over here. Whoa!
Two bards get together.
I go join the other group now.
Xena on the top.
consisting of.
You know, on the top?
On the
Is
top.
it- What is that?
On
Is
the
it-
top, it's
Yes.
Is it a term?
No, that's
it's a woman from GoldenEye who crushed a guy to death with her thighs.
So
And the
Power
name's
thighs.
Rosina? Like,
Yeah.
So
I
the
love
two
Tina.
craziest fuck bards, two crazy bards. Guys, I got a joke for you.
two crazy bars.
Two crazy bards come to an island with a bunch of Jews. Only 10 of them make it back.
That seems generous.
We'll see how it goes. Day 2 begins. Dun dun dun.
4 plus if we keep Jimbo.
I feel like my
and
many years
dwarf
on the
guy.
street and in a monastery.
I'm not sure about
have
dwarf
not
guy.
prepared me for this.
Yes. No one's prepared for this.
Dwarf guys.
I think that's why everybody's dying.
I think people where I'm from usually plot behind closed doors, not within earshot of everybody they're trying
We're
to
not
kill.
plotting.
I've been on a boat for a very long time. They knew this was coming.
I've only since day 2 been, I'm going to kill you all. Shit, was that out loud?
Did I hear that on the boat?
Probably.
Hey guys, I've done this before. I was with the last 100. Guess who survived? I'm the winner. I'm the winner, guys.
1 versus 100. Fantasy.
And then this one over here is just going, I spy with my little eye. I'm just like, woo, we are insane. I love it. Straight insanity.
We've all went from chaos, from whatever evil we were, straight to chaotic evil.
Straight fucking insane. I don't even know if it's chaotic evil. I just feel like it's just straight fucking insane. Like
Chaotic
Joker
neutral.
insanity.
I think it's a sign.
Neutral. I'm
I'm
sorry.
chaotic
No,
neutral.
I'm sorry. You're synergizing with
Me.
crazy insane.
I'm
So
friends with everyone, especially hapless.
as I murder you,
I'm sorry. Sorry I have to do this. Don't
You're
be sorry.
definitely-
There are lots
you're
of reasons
definitely-
anyway.
got the phone of death going. Oh, I can't kill you until you say something nice. All right, Master.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
How long was
So-
Tom Hanks on that island? Months? Like over a
I
year?
think he was there for like 5 years.
Yeah, okay.
Insanity.
What he looks like after 5 years is what we look like after only 1 day.
Well, he showed up with a beach ball. Hey, Tim.
All red and sunburned.
I feel fine, guys. What are you talking about? Loving it.
He's
I
not.
didn't realize they were gonna drop us off on a vacation island. This is great.
He has a coconut with a face on it.
At this point, that's what I've been doing all morning. Fine, you don't want to be my friend? I'll be my own friend.
He's not red from
We
the
should do a
sunburn.
puppet show for our friends with your coconut heads.
Now
If we get them close enough.
Okay.
three of our 4 looks absolutely fucking insane now. So
I
we have
don't
the
look insane. I went
We have
naked to the
coconut
choir
heads.
band.
Look, our friends outnumber your friends now. Ha ha! We win.
What do you want to do today? I don't know what you want to do. I want to kill all the other people except for these 3.
So while these are playing with coconut
Not-
heads, and this group over here is looking at horror, I'm gonna make my own group under my own tree
You are.
and just sit down and relax.
Remember when he said those 5 guys took off down? I'm gonna go find them. That's my new group.
One of them's a cannibal barbarian. I know he told me on the ship.
I know where he can find lots of dead people.
Water.
God, I'm sorry. Anyway, day 2.
Day 2.
We've eaten breakfast.
Yes.
We've gone through breakfast. Thank God.
I actually, like, my character's at this point where he's like, we have food. I have no qualms for anybody else. I'm good.
Yeah.
For at least the next 5 minutes.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, crazy is standing down. You guys want to play Cards Against Humanity?
I'm gonna win.
It's all on the white cards.
Alrighty,
It's
so
all
honestly,
pure luck.
the day, if you guys don't instigate anything, passes fairly uneventful.
We're just us staring at each other.
I feel like we've instigated everything.
You're trying
for
so
3
hard to be
hours.
friendly, and the other group is just like, no,
Occasionally-
fuck you. They
Occasionally,
don't even point to the other 3. It's just like, no, fuck you. They just point at you.
I roll a coconut over. It has a face of one of their dead friends with minor illusion.
This could be you.
Oh, guys.
Well,
be friendly.
So there are only 2 people on this island who are happy, and that's Thaknar and Susan.
Oh, they're the, yes, they're
Yes,
definitely
they are
like-
still happy.
I'm sure all that sex makes you really thirsty.
Super
I know here's some water.
I knew there's a meat.
Dwarves are known for great lengths of not needing water.
Why don't you just get
I'm like
some
a
He's just
gold
pulling out
and,
beer,
like,
really, and you're like, where the fuck did he get beer from?
Minor illusion.
He's like a
Didn't know
camel.
we were sorcerers too, eh?
If you praise Umberlee, you get beer.
Yeah. So that night rolls around. Who is doing guard? How are you? Are you guys still doing guard duty?
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Do you
Who's
wanna
the
be my
first two?
guard
Who's the
friend
second
again?
two?
I feel like we should draw straws. So whoever ends up with him,
No.
What if-
it's evenly divided amongst
But
the
if
rest of
we
us.
end up together, we might just talk loudly and none of you would sleep. Let's be friends! Because you didn't like me.
Great, we're friends.
We're working harder now on being friends. You still don't like me? Be my friend!
What's your name?
Spittle hitting your side. Oh my god, okay, we're friends.
Okay, so tell me your name.
We're friends by hygiene now. Oh.
Let's go bathe! No, I need to bathe by myself, never mind.
I can't guard two places at once.
That's true. I will do it in the morning. So, my name is a girl's name.
Did you already forget your name? It's
No,
Genevieve.
I
Okay.
know.
I
I'm
have the
just trying
girl's
to
name.
ease him into telling me his name.
Is it a boy's name?
Oh, I'm
Someone
going to
wanted
call
so
you
bad.
Woody because you're a wood elf. And you aren't telling me your name. So your name is Woody. Unless you tell me your
There's some toilet paper.
I feel like that's a better name for the dwarf.
Probably.
Fine.
Sorry, I'm like,
You're fine.
Okay.
So,
here, but
Mr.
actually-
Etiquette, when passing, do I give you the acid crutch?
Did you drop something?
You need to blow us down.
You guys go ahead.
So, while we're on guard duty,
Okay, so you guys are going first, and really, you, it seems like the first, those 4 hours for one of you just, flew by. For the other one, it was the longest 4 hours of their
13
lives.
charisma
Well,
to charm him
the
into being
second
my friend.
longest 4 hours of their lives. They've already
Zen,
experienced
I
once.
must have my inner zen.
Yes, one's zenning as hard as possible, and really what's happening is fucking going crazy. I can't reach a state of fucking peace! Damn it!
I like it better on the hot calls. Bring back the hot calls.
You know what? Those guys that hurt themselves constantly, I suddenly get it. So, but really, those first 4 hours pass fairly uneventful. So you wake up these two guys. Hey, it's your turn to make sure those guys don't kill us, and you fall asleep and you're out. So you two are up, yes?
Yep.
All right. So it's about 1 o'clock in the morning when
Dark vision.
you have dark vision.
So do I.
Excellent. Oh, good.
I think the
So as your
All of us
dark
do.
vision is
We're all
going, and you're,
elves.
hyper aware because you know that the other group may
I'm just
actually come
making
over here and
noises.
slaughter you at
I
any
am
point.
sleeping. We are sleeping.
So you're making some weird,
I'm in my weird elven
sounds, and as you're scanning for, really making sure the other party doesn't kill you, you see suddenly, because you guys are in kind of a little bit of a clearing, you suddenly see crabs coming along, and they are very big. They are like this tall, and probably they are honestly maybe this tall, this wide, like this table, which is very descriptive for you guys because you can't really see the table. But they are very, they are giant crabs, and so they are very huge, and they are going. And you're like, well, a couple's not so bad, and they don't seem to be all that interested. All of a sudden, you realize that there's like an entire wave of these things coming across the island. There's just thousands of these giant crabs just going across this giant island, and you are quickly becoming, overwhelmed with them as they're coming across this island.
Does anybody else notice? On the other side?
On the other side, they're waking people up. They're like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Because you just see it first because you guys have dark vision, so you have a chance to act now. But like I said, I'd say you have about 2 rounds
How
before.
far away is the other camp from me?
Oh my god.
Probably like 50 feet away.
Okay. So I'm good right now.
Yeah. All right. So like I
Wait,
said,
wait, come
there's a bunch of crabs,
What's
and they're really big.
Crabs.
Yeah,
Crabs.
like not like the ones that
Giant enemy crab.
the bigger ones, like really big.
Battle crabs.
Battle
grab
crabs.
food. And I think we should book it. away.
You and I should do something very, very helpful to the other group while
What?
we leave.
Do you want us to cast sleep?
I'm gonna climb up the nearest tree.
It's,
I think
it's like
you
we
would-
already have a connection.
I think you need to convince me. Oh, I got a nat 20.
No, I don't convince you, but I'm gonna do it. Fuck it.
I mean, look, you have to. Why? Why should we kill them all? We like Jim Bob.
I don't think we'll be able to save all this food.
Exactly.
The crabs are gonna eat our food. Let's grab
Or
some
ruin
food
it.
And
Can I guess the
Climb a
crabs will
tree.
probably eat your food?
You can.
Convince me.
Do you? Well, you have a high
Slightly
survival. Is your backstory? Would you know anything about crabs? Like, is there any chance you would
Well,
have?
Moron was
I
near
have a
the
9
sea,
wisdom,
so I'm
probably
used to the
convince me.
grasslands and ocean.
I'm intelligent,
Okay.
but not very
So-
well.
Okay, so then yes, let's go ahead and make a survival check. Let's go ahead and see. 12. You know that crabs are, for the most part, in their natural environment, scavengers.
We're gonna
This
trample the food in.
is clearly some
Yeah.
kind of, probably some mating migratory movement that they're
We should
doing.
go to
There's
the
probably
pond.
something
The
unique about
pond
this
will
island,
protect us.
and the crabs come here to do their egg laying. Who knows?
These crabs are
Because they shouldn't be here in these numbers for any other reason.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we killed all the other
So, but you know that they're
people,
scavengers, so anything that's easy,
in theory.
and considering that they're massive, you may very well be considered easy. So, but yes, you would assume that any leftover food is
Will be
going to
eaten.
get, they're going to be like, oh, hey, free food. I like food, especially when it's free and easy.
And
You
then
know.
they'll just plop, break all the crates, and just
Can I
go
just-
at the town.
Grab like
yeah.
a bag of apples. Is there a bag?
You can, like I said, you can start stuffing, you can stuff, like you using your clothes, you could stuff food
Palm
into your,
fronds, just-
into your,
Apples and
and you gotta also
bananas.
realize, they said, what, 3 days, 4 days? So you're going into day 3, so you don't have to stuff, like, if some of the food gets destroyed, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But you also have to realize
And
these
it's
are crabs,
Cricket
and they are
wings.
naturally super armored.
Yeah.
Like it's hard enough cracking the regular crab, hide. I gotta get the meat. Imagine, that being much thicker because they're much bigger. So they're very. You would, playing out in your head. This is basically a derp check. Anybody would, if you thought about a crab, if
Yeah.
you've ever encountered a crab, you would know that
Grab
the larger size. I bet that chitin is just a little bit thicker.
We should grab food and climb a tree. Or go to the pond. The pond might save us. And if we kill one crab, we can eat it.
That's a high if, but I think we should cross that bridge when we come to it. Grab food.
We grab food.
All right, so you guys
Did you cast sleep?
No.
grab
if you
food.
do, I might feel convinced that.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll do a
Woohoo!
story-driven combat.
Yay, 20. That's the only nat 20 I'll ever get.
18.
So
7.
22.
All right. The Giants.
Finch.
Ah,
Are you
there we
being
go.
a crab?
Communicate your crap kid with them yesterday.
I was not.
We fought off a hybrid crab kraken called the crab kid
Oh.
that ate the captain's cat.
And then you cut it out of his belly.
And
We saved the cat.
Alrighty.
We're a
So
much better group.
I wouldn't
going
say
around,
that.
Tim. What was your? I know it was
22.
super high. 22.
Yep.
18.
Just Randall. Just Randall. Just Randall. You got what? 18.
I'll tell you when.
Just Daniel.
20.
Wow, you guys blew this shit out of the water. And that
Stop
means,
it.
yeah, I knew. I was like, wow, 22, 18, 20. I knew there was going to be somebody.
Yeah.
And sure as, bananas, Genevieve
I was probably still stuffing bananas in my tunic. Or my rags.
got us 7. 7?
7.
All right. It's possible. I was kind of like, did you say 8?
Oh, I guess.
Oh my gosh. I was singing, I'm sorry. It was good times. Alrighty, so Tim, lead us out, sir. Patience.
Have I grabbed food?
You can grab food now.
Okay, now I grab food.
Alright. You grab food, and you are seeing that the crabs are almost upon you. And so you want to grab the food and take flight, or do you want to grab food and just find the closest tree and try to shimmy up?
I think I'm going to head toward the pool. I think we should head for the pool.
I agree.
Okay. Just Daniel?
Sorry.
I guess I will grab the nearest amount of food I can, and I guess if we're booking into the pool, I will do so.
All right, so you grab basically, I imagine you basically see bananas and you're like, ooh, I can grab 2 bushels of bananas and run with bananas just,
Okay.
bananas flinging everywhere,
And if I eat them on the way, they can make a trip attack against them by dropping a few.
I have seen Mario and it does work.
Yep.
So Daniel grabs bananas and goes bananas and runs. Just
bananas.
Randall.
Just Randall?
Just Randall.
I grab food and run
Grab food and run. Just any direction.
towards the
Oh,
oasis.
okay.
I
Towards-
get trampled
in
by
a s-
crabs.
in a
My-
small
Your
circle.
favorite.
My
your
favorite thing.
your underwater tomb is what it is now. So that means
Oh, good shit.
crabs. They come towards you. We're gonna say 3 of them come at you.
Well, I'm stuffing fruit into my
Wow,
face.
exactly. You're trying to go quick. So these guys just grabbed a couple of bushels of bananas and took off. You're trying
That
to.
seems good for you.
So one banana. One banana.
One banana, 2 banana.
What is this? Oh, that's right. Your AC is like horrible because everybody's in. What's your
Correct.
dexterity?
My dexterity is 15.
Oh, okay. So you have what is that? 2.
12.
So your AC is 2, or 12. Sorry. All right. So 2 crabs get a hold of
A
you,
fly gets you.
and ooh. So you take.
Am I dead?
No, but it's probably not good. You take 11 points damage, which should be enough to drop you to 0. Yes, or are you still up? Yeah.
It should.
All right. So 2 crabs come over to you, like you're trying to grab, and you just are so enthralled, like you're just, throwing food in there that you just don't pay attention, and you suddenly feel like just horrendous pain as a pincer grabs one shoulder and pincer grabs the other shoulder, and you feel them crushing you, and you just kind of pass out, like just
Good news is
from
crabs aren't
pain.
carnivores.
They are.
Oh, well. Bye.
and roll a new character. So you collapse in the death grip of these giant crabs, going, "Ooh, free meal! Meal on wheels, love it." And the 3 of you hear like a sharp "ah!" of pain and terror, and then was that as if suddenly a million voices cried out, or just as suddenly silent. So she's, you assume someone's having a bad day. So do you guys keep running?
In character, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Tough shit.
Alrighty, so you guys are
All life
booking
is
it.
meaningless.
So
I'm going here, and I see shit ton of
as you're
crabs.
going towards, you're going
They're like spiders of the sea.
Jimbo,
this
baby.
way, and you're going like this, and the crabs are going like this. And so as you're running, crabs are shooting out in front of you, and making like little attacks. So let's do a skill challenge effectively to let's avoid the immediate threat. So everybody make a dexterity check. Everybody but you.
Yeah.
Acrobatics?
So you know. Yes, let's go acrobatics. Acrobatics or athletics. So acrobatics meaning you dexterously avoid the snapping claws. Athletics meaning you just straight power run. You're just like, oh shit! You just run harder and faster around them.
22.
So you just like flip over, and totally avoid it. Did you roll an
8?
An 8. Okay.
Sorry, bro.
With an 8.
I might die too. Shit.
So make
That's okay.
a
Life is
DC
meaningless.
11 escape. So escape is
Out of
either.
character. Shit.
I think I'm trying to remember. I think it's athletics to represent your just strong arming it, and then there's also the dexterity one that represents your.
Saving throw, I do have dex proficiency.
Oh well, the good news is you take minimal damage from just the sheer nastiness of his grab. So you take 2 points of damage. So I would imagine that means he just kind of clipped your arm as you're trying to power run or make a move, and he just kind of grabbed your arm. You're like, oh shit! And you felt like, you know how they have those little teeth looking things.
Mm-hmm.
So it just scrapes your arm a little bit. So that's the 2 points of damage. And but he does have you. So you got to make an escape. Or you can try to fight. But you imagine the horde of crabs will just bring you down.
There's a lot of crabs.
Sounds like Lacey's underwear.
It bounced against my mouse, and I got a 1.
Dun dun dun, and then there were 2.
Sometimes level 2 just doesn't happen.
Alrighty, so you hear, shit, I can't get away! Ah!
Sorry, bro.
Yep, sorry, bro. And Daniel, do you sorry, bro, as well?
I rolled a 23, and I am sorry.
Yes. Okay, so
These bananas don't carry
you
the
guys
bell.
are taken off. Okay, so make a the 2 of you that are left. Make a, I guess it would be survival. Okay. Let's make a nature or survival. Nature or survival. Or
The first emote I create will be 20-sided dice with all 1s.
Well, dang.
Is that a 1 as well? Okay, cool. All right, so you guys aren't. What did you roll?
A 20.
You rolled a nat 20 or just got it?
Natural.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So Randall's like, "Fuck, I don't know where to go," and you have the option to be like, "I know, follow me," or you could just be like, "Sucks to be you," and take off.
Could I ask the DM, where is it I know where to go?
You have figured out the way the crabs are coming. You're like, okay, so if we kind of take this way, and assuming the pond is not, getting overwhelmed, you hopefully Waterman is keeping his area pristine.
Well, I have a theory with that and the crabs from the sea, so...
Well, with my ambivalent feelings towards the bard, but knowing I can't do this by myself, I'm going to yell at him to follow me.
Alrighty. So,
follow me, you crazy fuck!
Alright, so finally make a athletics check.
I'm running away. Oh shit! Okay.
Alright, so make an athletics check to power out, to basically power run. You guys are just going to flat out run as hard as you can.
That dice
So let's see if you
16.
16.
Okay, cool. So you guys you end up running a little bit farther than a straight line, but you notice like you get to a certain point where you're thinking they're coming in, here's the pond, and there is no crabs. You make it to the pond and there's no crabs there. Okay, Tim, so that was their scene. Now, since you're caught, so he is going to make, what's your dexterity?
Dex is 15.
Okay, so he hits you, and he does 6 points of
No,
damage
not
this
that
time.
way.
So you
I
can
made
either,
tons of crabs.
I would make you have a chance, you need to make an escape roll.
If you live through this,
You
you'll
need to
never
make it.
live through any crab joke. So the rest of your life with him will be...
I'm using a different
kind of
Without the
D20.
crabs.
One time we got crabs.
Yeah, I do.
Another
Couple
one.
stars.
Another fucking 1!
Attack of Tim's dice.
Tim, if we all buy you loaded dice for your birthday, you'll still roll
Okay.
ones.
So
You're like Will Wheaton.
okay, so another crab has come up, and you take 4 more points of damage.
That's funny.
Are you still up or are you down?
He rolled a 1 for his
Okay.
roll and start.
So your last vision is horde of crabs are overwhelming you, and you have disappeared underneath their claws.
Sorry, bro.
So
Sorry, bro.
you guys hang out,
I
and
spy of my little eye.
Fuck you. I'm glad you're dead.
Oh gosh.
you two,
was
like the
crazy
crab
shit.
migration.
I just throw
Lasts a
bananas
long
at you.
time. Like, it's just thousands of crabs are going over this beach. And you end up just, from the exhaustion of it and just the absolute tranquility of this sacred place or whatever it is, you just struggle. You can't stay awake. You just end up, after a time, you just fall. You just can't. So you two guys fall asleep.
I'm immune to sleep. I'm immune to sleep.
Even you, this
No.
place, it
That's enchanted.
it transgresses
Maybe I'll be
that
a dwarf for my
it's just too comfortable, like naturally, it's just
Damn
too
it, I
comfortable.
cast drowsy.
There's nothing I can do to help.
And
I'm
you just
smart, right?
you know,
Please.
and since you've been stuck here for a couple hours, there's
There
just
were so
nothing
many
you
of
can do.
them.
You're,
Right.
you,
It would
it's
not
just too
like
comfortable
them.
and it's just too nice.
wouldn't-
And it is very
it was
late.
so
And you are
hard
very
to escape
tired,
the
so you
season
just fall
crab.
asleep. Just
Yeah, 'cause
No,
you had
we're
first
regardless.
You
watch.
would overtake everybody else.
so
If I had the chance to try.
Courtney,
Shut up.
Roll by
you are
wise.
shockingly
Yeah.
still alive.
What?
Yay! Am I still unconscious?
I didn't eat her.
You wake up,
That means you're still
and
alive.
there's sunlight. Like you see, like
Fresh.
when you come back, it's like you know how you have like when you first wake up, your eyes aren't open, but you have light streaming through your eyelids. That's
Yeah.
kind of what's going on. You wake up, you know, or become conscious, and you're like, oh my god,
It's morning.
is this? You for a moment, you're like, you're not sure if this is the afterlife you're waking up into. You're like, oh, is this? Please, I know I killed all those people, but please don't make this hell. 4 minutes, okay.
I try to be nice.
So, and Thognar, Jim Bob, and Charles are standing over you, and they're like, "Oh, lass, we thought you were a goner. Good thing we got there. Hot damn, there's a lot of crabs. Woo! But the good news is we got enough food to last us the rest of the time we're here."
Awesome.
Yeah. So, do you want to thank any of us manly men for saving your life?
I'm gonna hug Jim Bob. Thank you.
Jim Bob's like, oh, should I show her my willy? So they're very happy that you're alive and well. And stay tuned next week to see if Tim's character is going to be new or
that's a
not.
bitch.
Maybe I'll make a dwarf.
Named Thognar.
He seems to be doing well for himself.
So guys, follow if you like. We would appreciate it, and spread this channel like the plague. All of your friends and infect them with our horrible, horrible senses of humor.
Dick water. Is always.
Dick water.
Water.
Bye.
Bye.